Welcome to twitch.tv/LoganRobo. Tonight's game will be Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Make sure to check out the upcoming Ace Attorney spin-off game, Ace Attorney Judge Udgy Raising Simulator. Hatch your very own Judge Udgy from an egg, feed it, clean up its poop, and console it when his wife leaves him. Coming soon from Capcom. Thank you again for tuning in, and enjoy twitch.tv/LoganRobo. And we are live! How is everybody doing today? Icy Weedle was here saying hello! I am still working right now, so huge lurk till probably the end of the stream. Is tonight the night you were doing the inventory at work, Weedle? If so, grit your teeth and power through it. I hope it goes well, Weedle. We'll see you when you're done lurking. Thank you for being here in spirit as you work. Eglin says, love how even though I'm completely done with the Splatoon DLC, I still come back to it just for fun. Well, that's like the sign of a good game, right? Where that even after you finish playing it, you still want to keep playing it. I wish I could replay games more. I feel like once I've beaten a game, it's like, all right, well, that is done. Moving on. But I'm glad for you, Weedle, for Eglin. But Eglin and Weedle, how are the two of you doing? Weedle, obviously, other than work. Weedle says, lucky, I have 6 Dr. Pepper. I am still not done with this shift. Ugh. Extremity says, feel better soon, Weedle. It says, lurk till 11:59 p.m. till later. Thank you for the lurk, Extemporaneous. I assume you're doing homework and stuff like that. Hope it goes well. Are people, like, doing midterms now? Is that a thing people are up to? And then Extemporaneous says, also look at the title, Dual Destinies. Yeah, I got that a moment ago. I was hoping, when I changed, I was hoping nobody would notice, but apparently people noticed. I make mistakes sometimes. And Ray says, my Twitch is bookmarked to Logan since he's basically the only streamer I watch. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for always tuning in, for being here, Ray, and thank you for the bookmark. And Beowulf says, hello, lonely man. Hello, Beowulf. Queen Katie says, howdy. Howdy, Queen Katie. So, Queen Katie, Beowulf, Ray, Extemporaneous, Weedle, Eglin. Hope you're all doing well. How are y'all? Oh, and Rukov is here. How you doing? Rukov saying, remember, Logan is here to play games and eat vanilla ice cream. And he's all out of vanilla ice cream. Well, I mean, that is true. I never bought any to begin with. I still have some chocolate ice cream, but no vanilla. So let's load up the game. Queen Katie thankfully did remind me for costume changes. I think I'm going to actually wait until the chapter ends, because I was thinking about it, so I want to be able to, like, in my mind, headcanon, that these are the actual outfits that everyone was wearing in this. But we should hopefully get to the end of this chapter tonight. Chapter episode, I don't know, I guess it's called an episode. And then, yeah, move on to whatever is next. So where we left off, we were going to do a cross-examination, I believe, of Florent Lebel, who admitted, finally, that he did go into the Fox Chamber, but he's still claiming that he had nothing to do with the murder. So we're going to press every statement and then figure out what evidence we're going to be presenting. But I hope everybody's doing well. Queen Katie said, still speedrunning the Genshin event, but I'm lurking here till I'm done. Well, thank you for the lurk, Queen Katie. And hope you're having fun with the Genshin event. Also, hope everybody enjoys that the Joker hair that this dude has here. If Wendy gets here tonight before the trial is done, we gotta see if she asks for like a Joker beatbox because of this guy. And Bailiff said, nice. Mine ended up going to P3P for some reason, though I hope that'll end up changing. Wait, your Twitch bookmark? Wait, you're talking to Ray? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Well, oh, and I gotta ask questions about Persona 3 the next time we have a stream, because I'm wondering things about it. But okay, so let's do some cross-examining. We're gonna press this man and his statements, and then I guess give evidence and see what happens next. I did enter the Fox Chamber after the murder. Hold it. Why in the world would you enter that grisly crime scene? Oh, no, I guess he didn't admit that he went to the Forbidden Chamber, he went to the Fox Chamber. I get the names of those two mixed up. So the Forbidden Chamber, which is just outside the Fox Chamber. Why? Because I was worried sick. Mayor Tenma's suit, it what? It was designed personally by me. I was worried my work of art might get blood on it. This man clearly has his priorities in order. Okay, let's get this over with, shall we? Now, where was I? Oh, yes. So I entered the Fox Chamber with almost without thinking. What exactly are the all caps letters supposed to mean on him? Is he shouting those words? Is he emphasizing them? Is his tone of voice going up or down? I haven't been able to figure that out yet. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. Oh, and Eglin says, I was gonna mention it, but I genuinely couldn't tell if it was a mistype or a joke I didn't get. It was the Duous Destinies. It was a typo. I am like usually right before a stream scrambling to get everything ready. So if there's something, it's probably not a joke. But thank you, Eglin and Extemporaneous, for both noticing that. Ray says, is Dual Destinies the title of another Ace Attorney game? Okay, well, Ray, so this is Apollo Justice Trilogy, which is 3 Ace Attorney games. And this one is Ace Attorney Dual Destiny. So this is the one that we're playing in the trilogy, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Ray? I hope it makes sense. Why didn't you enter right away? Oh, and ruin my designer shoes? So did he take off his shoes before coming in? Did Filch steal them? Your shoes? Even now, just thinking about getting blood on my fabulous footwear, it sends chills down my spine. That's why I hesitated. Well, thank you, Athena. That's terrible. A man was dying and another injured and you worried about your shoes? I love that she's not even objecting to anything in the court. She's just objecting to the fact that he's a horrible, selfish, excuse me, that's the opposite, human being. Silence. Need I remind you, this is a court of law. We are not teaching morality here. We have schools of etiquette and the like for such trivial pursuits. Ah! Huh. Now you listen to me, you deceptive dandy. Get to the point and be quick about it. Oh, it's not gonna be quick because we gotta press all his statements. Oh, yes, well, I was there in the Fox Chamber, but I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. Wait a second! Why'd you hide yourself? Oh my, so you do understand. I do. By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, which for the sake of all the universe, is something I should never, ever do. That's what you were thinking, right? I'm sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand. Huh. We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony now. Well, regarding the murder scene... let's see, Weedle is saying it is alright, started at 7:30, it is 9:44 right now. Oh, your time zone, I had to think for a second. 9:44 your time zone. So how many more hours? How long does inventory take there? I know at my work, at my day job, like whenever they do inventory, it's like an all-night thing, and that's just for like a gift shop in the whole building. Like to do that for an entire retail store must take forever. And Ray says, oh wait, he made a typo. I get it now, yeah. Yeah, I make mistakes. I do the flubs. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail? Hmm? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, oh crap, I gotta decide. Well, what I'd like to ask you about is, okay, so let's save. before we decide. So what do we want details about? Crap. So chat, do we want details about the feathers and tracks, the forbidden chamber, or the murder weapon? Okay, I'm guessing not the feathers and tracks, because we basically covered that. That is Phineas Filch leaving the feathers and tracks. Doesn't really matter too much. I'm guessing it's gonna either be the forbidden chamber to see if he knows how to enter it, or the murder weapon. Let's do the murder weapon, because if we remember, the murder weapon was like wrapped up in a cloth, right? But then when it clobbered Tenma, it came out of the cloth at some point, but we don't. Yeah, I think we might be able to get him. If he like describes what it looked like, then we might have him. Because I mean, the instructions for the forbidden chamber are like on the back of the screen anyway. And even if he didn't know how to get into it, if he saw it open, like the statue's turning, yeah. So he'd have an excuse for that. Let's try the murder weapon. Could you describe the state of the weapons that have been used at the scene? Well, I guess it was. Oh crap! No, that wasn't the murder weapon. That was the knocking out Damien Tenma weapon. Crap! The murder weapon was a spear. I probably made a mistake. The spear had been thrust all the way through Ultimate QB. There was that statue the Alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. Oh, so he did! See, he didn't know it was a statue because it was wrapped up in a cloth. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. All right, the statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Yeah, because after it hit him, it was broken. And you couldn't tell they were holding a cup together. They looked like they were fighting instead of holding a thing together. Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Oh! Well, when I saw that statue, I guess he's gonna say he saw it on the floor still intact, right? Oh, we got him. I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill. See, because he wanted the merger. He's the one who was blackmailing Mayor Tenma to have the murder, so he celebrates this. It all falls into place now. Wheel said, I have drank over 600% of the daily recommended allowance of sugar. If I die of a heart attack, I am suing my job. What is the daily recommended intake of sugar? Because I feel like I probably exceed that sometimes. I'm the type of guy, like, I remember when I was a kid or teenager, sometimes it'd be fun. If you're at a restaurant, you know how sometimes the table, they'll have like the little tray of all the sugar packets, and then there's like the artificial sweetener packets that are disgusting. I would sometimes take like about 4 of those sugar packets, like hold them all together, rip off the tops of them all at once, and just like down the sugar. I'm sure it's unhealthy, but it's so good. Ray says, wasn't his hair purple before? It was, and in the beginning, it was blonde. See, seriously, here, check this out. Court record, if we look at the people, when he started, he was blonde, and then he went to like, I think a bluish or purplish. I can't remember if it was blue and then purple or just purple the whole time, and now it's green. So yes, it's, I wish every time we cut away, we'd come back and be a different color. A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider this statement to be of any importance? Well, I mean, it's a contradiction, but I don't see how this really contradicts the overarching story there. But is it important? Yeah, sure, very important. Ha! I believe that to be extremely important, I request to be added to the testimony. So that's obviously what we're gonna present evidence on. There's Tiff. Tiff, how you doing? Tiff says, oh, it's the Joker lookalike. Let's hope he doesn't start beatbox. Ah, Tiff, you did the thing I thought Wendy would do. I would love to see like someone, if he was like all dandy and foppish like that, you know, that type of rapping, like, ooh, boom chicka-lacka, boots and socks and boots and socks. I think that'd be fun. A statue had fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger. We'll still press the statement in the next one, just see if there's any new content for funsies. A token of goodwill? Are you referring to the Fox and Demon statue? Yes, the statue the alderman allegedly used to strike back at Mayor Tenma. The mayor trampled down municipal goodwill only to be clobbered by its symbol. It's quite ironic, don't you think? And that's when the symbol of goodwill was transformed into a symbol of conflict. Hey, yeah. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. The mayor had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Could he really have opened the forbidden chamber in that state? Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling around as he opened it. It was such a heroic effort that I nearly started to cheer him on despite myself. I think the man needed medical attention more than a cheerleader. You think he's telling the truth about being there in that room? Okay, game, please. Please don't, bring attention to the statue. It's already too obvious. Well, I believe he was there. The question is, when did he enter? Do you mean, did he enter after Jinxie fled? Or was he there before the murder? Oh, that's what the statue will do. It'll establish he was there before the clobbering. If it's the latter, that would change everything. Right, if he was there before the murder, that would make him a suspect. But how do we go about proving that? Well, I guess we ask him about what happened there. Anyway, let's press him and see what kind of info we can extract from him. Let's cross our fingers that he says or reveals something incriminating. When you do, press the present button and then the R button. Okay, so wait, no, we need to go to the right thing. What I saw was there, absolutely horrifying. Statue would fall to the floor, token of goodwill, so we gotta go present. Statue. Objection. Got him. Let's see. Beowulf says, yeah, it goes right to Portable's games section whenever I go to Twitch. Oh, because you watch so much of P3P streams. That makes its own tiff. Thank you so much for the hydrate command. I do appreciate it. I probably should have been drinking some water before. Had a couple of Reese's peanut butter cups right before the stream. Because like I said, sugar. I'm not healthy. I'm so not healthy. But there we go. Water's healthy. So that undoes it, right? So now I'm going to live. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood tonight. I apologize for that if I am not making any sense. I didn't sleep very much last night. Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said this statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill. As if they were celebrating the municipal merger. I'm proud of myself. Look at that smirk on my face. Something the matter? So, how did you really know that this statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? What? Blackwell gets it. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. Justice Dono, explain yourself and make it quick. This statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. A secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. Eep! So we've gone from yipes from Filch to eep from this guy. Oh, Queen Katie with a keyboard slam saying, mobile captions keep thinking you're speaking German? I'd be curious to what I'm saying in German. Is there any way to copy it and paste it into Google Translate and find out what it thinks I'm saying in German? I don't know. I know 1, 2, 3, which means 1, 2, 3. I know that when JFK went to Berlin and said, Ich bin ein Berliner, he was trying to say, I am a Berliner, a Berlin citizen, basically. But apparently that's not what they call people from Berlin there, and that's actually the name of a type of jelly donut. So he was saying, oh, I am a jelly donut. Donut? That turned Australian there instead of JFK at the end. Again, weird mood. I apologize. Eglin said, blonde, blue, purple, and now green. He has his own hairspray. Have any of you guys tried those actual Halloween hairspray colors though? I've never been able to get to where I've tried in the past with costumes, but the problem is it's actual hairspray as well in addition to just coloring. And so you spray it all and you try and get it, and then your hair is all a mess and crinkly and weird. I'm not good with cosplay things. And I should stop talking. Eep! The statue secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Ms. Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form? Exclamation point! What? Oh crap, what did he say? What do you say? What do you say? What you mean, where? The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you? Here, Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness of some sort of crime? Granted, he did perjure himself multiple times, but we're talking like crimes I'll actually have him prosecuted for. Yes, I am. Ha! Florent LaBelle! J'accuse! You are the murderer of Alderman QB! Rex QB! Oh! And then goes back to standing like this. Let's see, races! Logan, that's so much sugar. Watch it, that's like only 4 packets. That's 4 sugars. That is 4 units of sugar. That's all it is. 1 packet is 1 sugar. I also remember when I was in elementary school, we had a unit one time where we were learning about ancient Egypt, and we had this like class-wide project where they had like a whole bunch of boxes of sugar cubes, and the whole class was supposed to work together to like glue the sugar cubes to make like this gigantic sugar cube pyramid. And I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, but also I was like a 8 or 9 year old boy. And so I'd just be like, I had a little box of sugar cubes. I'm not going to glue it to a pyramid. I'm going to just pop those like candy. It's so good. Order! Order! Crap, my throat is also hashed today. I don't know, I can't speak very well. Mr. LaBelle! You've been accused of murder! Do you have anything to say in your defense? Oh! How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? Way to go, Apollo! This is the conclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico! Well, that's not conclusive. It puts him in the scene of the crime, but it doesn't prove he actually did it. But again, shouldn't be our job. Should not be our job. Ray said it would be really funny if it changes every cutaway and nobody says anything about it. Yes, that's what I was talking about. They should have that. I know they've done gags like that on shows before, not with like every cutaway, but there was an old British sitcom. I don't think I've ever actually seen an episode of it, but I'm familiar with it, called Are You Being Served? Are you guys familiar with this? And there was this one character, crap, I can't even remember her name, but she was like an older woman with a big like beehive hairdo, and it's just like always different bright colors. I don't know, I think that type of thing is fun. Quick Kitty said, also, funny thing about my mobile captions, right now it's censoring LaBelle's face? Oh, because the captions are on top of him. I thought it was like actually like mosaic blurring out his face. I'm like, does he look like something bad? I mean, I guess it's kind of the shape of, what was the name of that monster in Persona? Beowulf, are you still here? What was the name of that monster in Persona? Was it Mara? Mira? Something like that? Mara, I think, right? Way to go, Apollo. Oh, sure, I just said that. We've got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it. Oh.
Silence.
Silence. Yes, I have said silence. I am so tempted to switch his voice to like talking like this. Enough of your silly games, Justice Dodo. Hang on, I want to do a quick poll to find out. Because we're already most of the way through it, but it's not too late to change it. Voice for Black Will. Keep whispery voice. Emperor Palpatine voice. And I think I misspelled Emperor. Let me fix that. Oh yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just curious if anybody has a preference. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm curious. And Wheel says, you're bad. Wait, who's bad? Me? Yeah, I'm probably bad at things. Bill said, I don't really watch a ton of P3P, though, is the thing. Really? So is it just because, like, maybe it's just because the algorithms all know that you're such a big Persona fan? I'll stay whispery for right now. Until the poll says otherwise. If the poll says otherwise. Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust! And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo.
Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman QB told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Moreover, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime.
It has? How?
Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapse therein, and no one else.
Except the dude is saying he was hiding behind the screen. Oh, the poll is almost done, by the way. Oh, and wow, it's close. It's actually 4-3. We might have to wait till we have some more people in here and do the poll again and see if we can, because I think that's close enough to be a tie. I'll keep the whispery voice for now. But because it's silent, sounds like that, I'm so tempted to switch to this type of a voice. She saw the alderman and the mayor collapsed therein and no one else. Let's see, I gotta read some more in the chat though. Tiff says, Twin KD, as it should be, to be honest. Ray says, it won't let me upload images in Discord. Are they like really huge images? Because there is a file attachment size limit, or maybe it has something to do with the image format that you're using. Eglin said, I have before, and I was going to for a Mantis cosplay, but I left it behind when I moved. Oh no, and the paint on the actual mask chipped off with the temperature change, so all I have is the outfit. I freaking loved all those pictures, the illustrations and the photos of the costumes you were making. I don't think I was like remembered to reply every single time to all of them, but I loved that stuff that you're working on, Eglin. That stuff was awesome. And Ray says, the Mara, yes, the Mara, that's what I was talking. I mean, his head is kind of shaped like that. Oh, and Garfield, thank you for the hydrate command. I didn't see you pop in here. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'll do that right now. I probably should hydrate extra amounts tonight simply because, as I said, my, I don't know why, but my voice is a little bit thrashed. I'm glad it wasn't earlier. I had like a couple auditions I need to record. I have had, okay, so this week, I kind of hate it when this happens. I love it, but I also hate it when this happens. So I've had a couple of auditions this week that are like jobs I would really like to get that are like really fun looking. It's like, oh my gosh, this seems like a character I could have a blast with. I mean, I love to work. I love any type of work, even if it's just like spokesperson talking about, hi, we have this product here and it'll really help you with blah, 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 blah. But like whenever it's a fun character, it's like, oh, I want it so bad. But whenever I want it, I know that means I'm not gonna get it. So it makes me hate it, but I also love it because at least the auditions are fun. But anyway, back to the game. Oh, dang it.
The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent LaBelle could not possibly have been in that locked room! Exclamation point.
Arrgh! No! Man, we've got no chill. We have no, I mean, the witnesses in this game have no chill, but I feel like if I was a client and I had a lawyer and he's trying to defend me against a false murder charge and I see him up on the stand doing that arrgh noise, I'd be like, you're fired, you were fired, you were gone, please go away. This is not what should be happening. I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen LaBelle?
The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness?
It does seem awfully conclusive. Okay, so he was either behind the screen or he was already in the Forbidden Chamber before Jinxie came in. Like these are both pretty reasonable explanations, I believe, right? Here the facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection!
But he's crazy. No, he said he was a demon. We can't trust him. Don't believe what he's saying.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Dono.
But
Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons.
I mean, he's got a point. I mean, look at us. These are not the faces of lawyers that evoke confidence.
It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice.
Point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma. Now, I'm going to pause, because I'm going to be honest. A lot of time when I'm about to do a guilty verdict, someone bursts in here with new evidence, either saying hold it or objection. We're just going to wait. I'm going to count to 3 Mississippis. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Oh! Huh? Who? What? Hi.
It would seem that my time is at hand.
Mayor Tenma!
Counselor, there is a matter to which I must testify. I recall it now only for your good graces.
Counselor? All right, he must be me. Yeah, the lawyer terminology. He's finally remembered what happened before the blow to his head.
Bailiff, don't just stand there, seize him.
It's no good. I can't restrain him because we don't have character models to run up to him. It's far away. Cannot reach him.
Know me and despair, for I am Tenmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai.
Maybe it doesn't matter that in this universe, like, the justice system is a complete dystopian travesty. Because if it wasn't already, we'd be turning it into one with this. Bill said, yup, Mara! And Ray says, yes, that demon. I'll say the Pen 15 demon. So eloquently and technically put, Ray. Eglin says, it's a pretty standard outfit, so I've just worn it as a regular outfit once in a while. Oh, the Mantis outfit? Oh, that's cool. Would have said, you're still a nerd. I don't even need to see you. And that is fair as well, even from off doing inventory. You just know of my nerdness. Garfield says, Apollo Justice sounds Boston, like Scout from Team Fortress 2. Okay, I was going more for like Brooklyn than Boston, but I mean, that works too. They're both New England accents. I actually don't know how to do really good Boston, so maybe I slip into it on accident, on occasion. But yeah, so I will take that as a compliment and as a job well done. I hope, but thank you, Garfield. I'm kind of trying to base his voice more off of Joey Wheeler from the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Mr. Justice, do something! Well, since when am I responsible for court security? Apollo, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him. Huh? Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. Or a crazy, potentially dangerous schizophrenic guy. When you put it that way. Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world.
Unprecedented in absurdity, more like.
All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say, Mr. Tenmataro. Yeah, see, I can play along. Your testimony, please.
I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them but once you shall, except until you then get to the actual cross-examination. And if you press the statements and loop around but once initially, then multiple times later because of game mechanics.
It's just not as cool when you actually explain it out that way. Witness testimony, the ruler of demonkind.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, 2 yokai did appear.
Oh, so that'd be Filch in the Tenmataro costume, and I'm gonna guess the other will then be LaBelle in the Ninetales Fox Demon costume. I'm still saying that was him that we saw at the beginning.
On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demonkind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the Nine-Tailed Fox.
So the defendant is asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time? Oh, that actually would be interesting. It shouldn't have been dark. There was even a window there, right?
Strange as it may be, yes, indeed, all was in darkness.
So that would seem to suggest that he was knocked out and then put into the Forbidden Chamber, because the Forbidden Chamber didn't have any like windows or anything like that. I mean, I guess a bag could have been placed over his head, but we never saw that in any of the pictures before. So he was knocked out, dragged into there. And then, but why? Because we saw Florent LaBelle at the beginning, and he wasn't in a disguise when he actually killed Alderman QB, so he wouldn't need to like. Maybe. Oh no, I was gonna say maybe he disguised himself as Damien Tenma so that when Jinx came in, he impersonated Tenma to do the confession. But that would imply that he would be able to disguise his voice so accurately as to fool his own daughter. I am very confused right now. And the part about Tenma Taro and the nine-tailed fox being there?
Yes, that too! Tenma Taro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered in gold.
Oh, okay, so he was in the Forbidden Chamber. Oh, Gallop, right with the party one. How you doing, Gallop? Hang on. We gotta do a shout out for Gallop. And also, it's Gallop's birthday, isn't it? I saw that on the Discord. So here we'll do a quick little shout out. There's Gallop. What were you playing? You playing Genshin today?
Oh God, how high up is this?
Is this some Genshin? Because I see Paimon. That's what friends are for.
Friends. They should have
That's what friends are for.
They're dead, aren't they?
Dramatic moment. She realizes she has friends.
Demoiselle,
What?
we've got a situation here.
Oh.
But welcome, Gallop. How is your birthday going?
I'll be right there.
In fact, we gotta have a round.
Stop doing it. You guys stop doing it.
We gotta have a round of singing happy birthday to Gallop. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gallop Crush. Happy birthday to you. Huzzah! Celebrations all around. Although, actually, because of time zones, it might no longer be your birthday. It probably is the next day over there. I don't know. But again, how was your stream? And I hope you had a happy birthday then. Let's play a little bit more until we get some background music. Then I'll read some more in the chat. I always kind of hate talking when. Oh no! Look at that right there. Gallop Crush approves. I need to keep an eye on that redeem a bit more often. I'm glad you approve of that. So let's see. So like I was saying, so this is definitely that he was in the Forbidden Chamber. The Tenma Taro towering overhead is the giant Tenma Taro statue, and I'm guessing the Nine-Tails Fox that glittered in gold was the one on the. Thank you, Toilet Duck, on the folding screen. But why would the folding screen be in the Forbidden Chamber? Because the folding screen would have stayed out there to be a place that Florent LaBelle could have hidden behind. Maybe it was. I don't know. Oh, maybe the golden the golden nine-tailed fox was the treasure that Phineas Filch's grandpappy stole. Well, allegedly stole, and maybe it was in there, and that was what they were after, and they stole that, and that's why they did this whole thing, because that statue somehow is like worth a ton of money, and then Filch put the old grandpappy statue in there in order to make it look like his grandpa did it years and years ago, and it was already gone, so that no one would be able to tell that they stole it. I mean, that fits, right? Maybe I'm just throwing any crap I can find at the wall and seeing what sticks. I call animal abuse, Your Honor. Well, how is that animal abuse? That's Apollo abuse. Apollo, you're not an animal. You're the most dangerous game.
It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted.
Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dreamt, that happening lingers in his mind.
Apollo, maybe I can help you. Let me guess. Through psychology. Really? Oh, you mean? Question mark? Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event. Okay, I just hope her findings don't come back to haunt us. So now she can use her psychology to cure amnesia? Again. Where was she when we were talking to, crap, what was her name? La Miroir. Okay, we gotta get some music soon, so I'll be able to read some more in the chat. But again, Gallop, thank you again for the raid, and happy birthday.
Barely conscious was Damien there in the darkness.
Okay, so our emotion is, so it's again, happy, anger, sadness, and surprise or fear. I can't remember which. Ray says, I went to my phone and downloaded the image and it worked. So I think it was just my laptop. That's weird. Maybe it was one of those things. Have you guys noticed that more and more websites, especially wikis, if you try and download pictures, they don't let you do them as JPEGs. It's all this WebP, like .webp nonsense. I hate it. Garfield says, I've yet to see the game over for this. I mean, I guess we could get one at some point. I probably will get one at some point during this game. It's just going to be the judge going, guilty. Okay, you suck as a lawyer. And then you just feel really bad. Ray says, every time I hear the word bailiff, I think of the bailiff, smack him in the meme. It's been a while since I've thought of that one. Quick Katie said, waiting for autoplay to be done on this event. Gonna grab Chex Mix to snack on. That's actually... You know, I want to say that sounds pretty good, but I always get disappointed by the M&Ms that are in Chex Mix. Because, okay, you guys got to tell me if I'm crazy in this. Plain M&Ms? Plain M&Ms. No peanuts in them, no nothing in them. Just the plain M&Ms are garbage candy. I mean, the candy shell is fine, but the chocolate is just like lousy chocolate. I derive no joy from plain M&Ms. And I've been thinking about this... I want to say a lot, not a lot, but whenever I see M&Ms, I've been thinking about this. And I want to know if I'm wrong here or not. And there's the raid. Quick Katie says, hey. Quick Katie says, happy birthday, Gallop. And Gallop says, thanks. Wow, I'm actually already pretty close to catching up with the chat. We're not even an hour in. And I'm getting close. Okay, so barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. Okay, so now it's sadness and surprise. That makes sense. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demon kind. Again, sadness and surprise. And, oh, okay, now we got, you can't see, I don't think you can see because my camera's in the way, but happiness. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. Okay, so that's gotta be it, right? So we want to pinpoint, we want that emotion. He shouldn't be, why is his response happiness? Oh, that's not discord in your heart if you're happy about stuff. When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. And the court's just gonna have to believe me on this. I know it sounds like I'm just divining emotions out of thin air. We got a magic girl with a hologram computer laptop thing and a robot Tamagotchi necklace. Japanifornia legal system. Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. Oh, because that's the other thing. Remember when Filch entered the Forbidden Chamber? Or no, it wasn't when it entered the chamber. It was when it opened and he was able to exit it out into the alderman's office. He said he was blinded by the glare. So maybe there was a large nine-tailed fox statue that they were stealing. And so maybe they didn't take it out just then, but put it, like maybe it was in that room. I wish we could go back and watch the opening cutscene again to see what it was like. And maybe they took it and hid it inside the Forbidden Chamber so that then later they could come back and steal it. I am still so confused.
A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light.
Phew, light mode.
On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket.
A creaking door? Oh, so that's the Nine-Tails Fox he saw. It was the door frame. Never mind. I was trying to come up with something else. It's just the door frame. I am dumb. Oh, you must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened. But what about the sudden light he described? I think I know. He meant darkness in Tenmataro Tower and overhead. He mentioned darkness in Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. Huh? Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? Forbidden Chamber. Present. I kind of hope the future trials get a bit more difficult. So far, the tutorial one and this one seem a little bit overly easy. And Garfield says, also, I have an idea on what we can do for Nostalgia Thursday, the Simpsons Hit and Run 100% playthrough. Am I like the only person who's never played Simpsons Hit and Run? I hear that that's like a fun game. What system was that on? Was that like, it might have been on a system I didn't own. that I've never had. Was that, because that's like an old retro game, right? What was that? Was that N64 or GameCube or something like that? I've never played Simpsons Hit and Run. Is that on other platforms? Like, do they have a remake out of it? Or like, is it on Steam? Maybe. If it's on Steam, though, I assume it probably costs money, and I have to be very careful with my money for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I've heard very good things about Simpsons Hit and Run.
The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Well, yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the tower in Tenma Taro you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue. That's right, I forgot to tell everybody we tampered with the crime scene. We went into the Forbidden Chamber and there was a giant Tenma Taro statue in there. Please do not arrest us.
Why, yes, that would explain it.
Wait, how does he know what's in the Forbidden Chamber?
The darkness had the staff in the demon's grasp.
And sorry, I need some more water. Again, my voice, I don't know why, is just... I'm not looking forward to work tomorrow when I go down to the planetarium and I'm going to have to, like, give astronomy lessons on constellations and stuff. But even if that's all true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Oh, maybe he was seeing things. You know, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai. Fantastico, Apollo, it's entirely possible. In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events, but that doesn't help us. If our defense of what he's saying is, he misremembers things, then that makes this whole statement unreliable.
Misremember, you say? Let me think. I do believe I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was...
Oh, God, okay, that makes sense then. So, like I said before, it was probably, except crap, in the opening cutscene, Florent wasn't dressed like the nine-tailed fox, and neither was the mayor. But we got some music going, at least. Galp says, it's like the folding screen in that Justice for All case. Oh, crap. Which Justice for All case? It's been so long. Justice for All was the third one, right? So that would have been Godot. Oh, crap. That was the one with, was that the one with Hagakure Village and Temple? Or Hagakure, is that what it was? It was Iris of Hagakure Temple, I think, and her sister Delilah, and I'm trying to remember. It has been so long since we played that game. It's been like 2 years, possibly even longer. It might have been 3 years, actually. Holy crap, I think it's been almost 3 years since we played that game, because this is 2024. Well, I guess just the beginning of 2024. Said reunion and turnabout. I have to convert WebP to ping file. I do the same thing every time I see a WebP. I found a website that converts it, and it's just like, I need to find like a Chrome extension that just automatically saves WebPs as either pings or JPEGs. Because what is the point? What is the point? Okay.
The nine-tailed fox.
Oh, the Amazing Ninetales. Whoa, the Amazing Ninetales?
At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. 'Twas the Amazing Ninetales who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door.
Okay, so that means he was stuffed into the Forbidden Chamber. Murder takes place. Florent dresses up as the Amazing Ninetales, opens up the door, and that's where he sees him. So everything is still going with my original theory. Only 60%, so we still got to do more clearing then. At least 1 or 2 more. I'm sorry I asked. The Amazing Ninetales? But that was the victim Alderman QB, right? Yeah, because no one else could possibly put on the same disguise. Eglin said, I've started to just play one level and spawn one type of enemy just to get some final achievement. It's really fun, so I'm not bothered in the slightest. So are these the final achievements to 100% it? Are you really close? It says plain M&Ms, bad, boring. Plain mini M&Ms, amazing, fun too. Oh, I think it's because I would concur with you on that. But I think the reason, Eglin, is because there's a higher candy shell to chocolate ratio if they're so small, because there's less like filling on the inside. Now, I will also say this I know will be a very unpopular M&M opinion, an M&M hot take. I know so many people love the peanut butter M&Ms. I actually don't. I love the peanut M&Ms, but the peanut butter M&Ms, I don't know, something about them. I do love Reese's Pieces, however. which is basically the same thing as a peanut butter M&M, except different brand of peanut butter and no chocolate in there. So my apologies if I'm a heathen for that. I also, do they still make, I know they used to make ones with like Rice Krispies inside of them. It would be like chocolate and Rice Krispies. Those were kind of fun. But also, so yeah, I'm not a huge M&M enjoyer, unless it's the peanut ones. Those ones are good. The Amazing Ninetales, but that was the victim Alderman QB, right? Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep us sealed? And wasn't he dead? Never mind that, this is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Okay, so we gotta do this again. So barely conscious was Damien there in the Forbidden Chamber. Again, sadness, that makes sense. Info update. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenma Taro loomed overhead. Once again, I'm guessing it'll be once we get to the nine-tailed fox. Or Amazing Ninetales. So yeah, so sadness and surprise at the statue, makes sense. Okay.
Suddenly the door did open and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom.
I think that makes sense why there'd be happiness, like if you're trapped in a room of darkness. That's a good thing. And there we go.
The Amazing Ninetales had come to the rescue.
Okay. Oh, here's what it's because he's still sad. Why would he still be sad if he's being rescued by the Amazing Ninetales? So we want to pinpoint the sadness. Yeah, I think. I probably should have saved before that, just in case. When the Amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy. But didn't you also feel shock and sadness?
Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the fiend's cape of red.
Cape of red. Does he normally wear a red cape? Hang on, let's check the court record. Does he normally? He doesn't! I don't see a red cape. So what would the red cape be from? What is that significant? There's some significance to that. But it's inconsistent with the photo. We're probably going to use that as evidence in a minute and say, red cape, what?
For when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that he knew that Rex QB was the Amazing Ninetales. And when he saw the red cape, he realized it was an imposter? Okay, we still have 20%. We can do this. We can get him the rest of the way down. A cape? A red? Apollo, we've reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left. Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape?
Why indeed?
What could this mean? I guess his memory is still a little spotty. Also, let's save again. I want to try and remember to do that periodically. And I'll read a couple more comments in the chat. Oh crap, scrolled without me a little bit. Let's see. Garfield said it's also on PC, mainly, on PlayStation 2. Well, crap, I had a PlayStation 2. I thought it was maybe on like an old retro system that I never had. Well, either way, I don't have it. I'll have to take a look, see if it's on Steam or something, see how much it costs. Who knows, maybe I'll add it on my wish list, and perhaps someday, when it's on a discount, I might be able to afford it. And Extemporaneous says, look, I finished what I miss in 10 words or less. Okay, 10 words or less. Florent LaBelle was
TTS meow, meow, ha, boo.
Ah! You lulled me into a false sense of safety with your adorable meows and your potentially inappropriate caws. And then a boo, how you doing, Crystal? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the TTS. How are you doing? And Extemporaneous, get back. Yeah, so Florent LaBelle was at the scene. Plain M&Ms are gross. There we go. That's 10 words. That is what you missed, Extemporaneous. But welcome back. Oh, random transform check. Octus. Who is bro and why are there 8 of him? Okay, so hey, hang on. Is Gallop still here? Because I feel like Gallop might appreciate this little bit of Transformers lore because he's from England. Octus was a comics-only character that never made a toy of him, sadly. I think it'd be really cool. But he was designed by the artists who were big fans of Doctor Who. They never showed what he transforms into, but his robot mode was clearly designed to transform into a Dalek from Doctor Who, which were the aliens that... They look like an evil R2-D2 with like a plunger and a whisk sticking out of them, and they like an eyeball and it like shoot laser, kill people, and you know, exterminate, that whole thing. And Octus was called that not because of there being 8 of him, but because of well, no, he didn't have 8 arms. How many arms? Did he just, I think he just had. Did he have? I think 6 arms plus his legs. So it was like 8 limbs, I believe. So it's like an octopus number of limbs. But he was a kind of a mid-tier Decepticon leader who had like a council of Decepticons that he was working with when Megatron went missing on Earth, and he was kind of back on Cybertron. So yeah, that's Octus. I wish they would make a toy of him, like a Doctor Who crossover figure. I would buy the heck out of that. He just looks like what, like, imagine a Dalek, but like opens at the top, and like he has the little, you know, the little Dalek balls, the little like bumps, the Dalek bump ball things. He's got like a bunch of those on him, and yeah, I would love an Octus toy. I ought to check one of these days because there are a lot of companies that do very intellectual property thieving, illegal third-party Transformers figures that just rip off their IP. In fact, I'm going to check real quick and see if they've ever made one of those. Transformers third-party Octus. I am not seeing one pop up on the page 1 of Google. So probably not. Darn it. I might have to dive deeper later on. But yes, thank you for reminding me of that guy. I don't have a toy of him to show you, sadly. I'll read one more comment, we'll get back in the game. Tiff says, took 7 days. Logan is trying to be good at games. Oh, is that 10 word? Logan is trying to be good at games. He's not. Well, the joke's on you. Tonight, I'm not trying because I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm not good at them. So thank you very much. And again, I'm going to be hydrating a lot tonight because, as I mentioned, my voice is thrashed. Did I save? I can't remember if I actually saved or if I just went to the menus. Let's save. And then exit back out here. I guess his memory is still a bit spotty. I know, because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a distinctive shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do. Yeah, I object and I present evidence, right? You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process? Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice.
Barely conscious was Damien there in the forbidden chamber. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenma Taro loomed overhead. Suddenly, the door did open, and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom.
And here's where it is. There's the amazing Ninetales had come to the rescue. Yeah, so we gotta present evidence with the photo of Ninetales not having a cape. Pow. You said the amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that? Oh, maybe it was... Oh, what if it was red because it was, like, covered in blood?
Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but...
Huh! Maya Tenma! Does this cape look red to you? Doesn't even look like a cape. It's like a bunch of mink stoles.
Oh, that certainly does not look red. Not even a scarlet or crimson either. Wow, I feel as foolish as Godot if he was trying to pick out red. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. Okay, so it's the blood trickling down his head over his eye, which I don't know if that would happen. I have never had like blood from a head injury go over my eye, but does it actually make your vision red? I would just think it would obscure your vision because blood doesn't look like it's very clear fluid to look through. And I thought to myself, the amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red.
So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh?
Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me.
So he was sad because he was bleeding?
So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory.
Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? There was what shocking red thing could he have seen in a bloody murder scene? I know! Could it have been ... I'm gonna save just in case the game's gonna be a b-hole about this and how I present it. I'm guessing it's gonna be the crime scene photo and showing blood. Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? And yeah, because it'll be this, we'll point to the red on the... Or is there anything else? I guess this has red on it, the Smacky statue. And that's it, really, right? Yeah, so it'll be this. Be this thing. Some red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be Mr. Tenma? What you saw was the alderman's blood? Okay, we got it. It was weird because the music didn't stop. Extemporaneous says, fascinating. I pronounce it PNG. I've never heard anyone pronounce it the way Logan did. Amazing. As a ping? Isn't that what you guys say? Because like people talk about like having a ping tuber, and honestly, it's the type of thing I usually just see written and read in my head. I just sort of assume, is that not how people say it? Like a .png file, it's a ping, right? You have JPEGs? Because I don't say JPEG or JPG. I guess some people say JPGs, but I say JPEGs, I say GIFs, some people say GIFs. I say GIFs and I say pings. And other ones too, like BMPs or bitmaps. And am I doing it wrong? Can someone else please back me up on this? I want to know I'm not crazy. Exterminator says, in 10 words, perfect. Eglin said,
it's okay. Logan marches to the beat of his own mayonnaise.
Ah, the joke's on you, Rukov. I prefer Miracle Whip, which is another hot take that you guys are probably going to completely tear me apart for. But Miracle Whip is so much better than mayonnaise. I am sorry. It is so good. You want a good tuna sandwich? Get some tuna, mix in Miracle Whip, and big old crispy chunks of sweet pickle. Best kind of tuna sandwich. Oh, that was 100 bits. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Rukov. That was so nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll read a couple more comments and we're back in the game here. See, Eglin said he could have been wearing just the mask. Oh, and not the full costume. Okay, I was worried for a second because the wording on that made it seem like, yes, a man showed up wearing only a mask. Because this is, I know this game was originally M-rated when it came out. And so maybe you saw another one of the Nine Tails' tales that should not be seen in a family-friendly game. But okay, so it wasn't that, just not the full costume with the mask. Okay, there we go. Except says Logan is a candy maker like Wonka. It'd be so fun to have like your own candy factory. When I was a kid, I so badly wanted to go to Hershey's, Pennsylvania, and see like the Hershey's chocolate factory, like do a tour there, which I'm guessing if you actually went, it would be like, here's the factory, take some chocolate, bye. But you know, as a kid, you see like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and you're like, oh my gosh, this gotta be so magical and amazing. Which is also odd because a lot of kids died in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? I think there might be a throwaway line at the end saying, oh, the kids are fine, they're waiting outside. That's a lie. That's obviously a lie, right? Those kids died. Like one kid was sucked into a chocolate tube. Even if they get him out, he's drowning. One little girl fell through a trapdoor. I saw somebody made a YouTube video and it's awful, but it shows that scene where, what was that, Veruca Salt who falls through the trapdoor? And somebody did, huh?
You might as well say that the dress is blue and black, even though you're right about the Miracle Whip. People gonna be mad because they see white and gold. I
actually don't remember which way the dress was in reality, because I know it's a lighting thing. It's definitely a lighting thing. But that reminds me also, I went to Walmart this week, and they have, you know how the Walmart, they sometimes have those big kind of bins of stuffed toys, like they're like near the toy section, but not in there, and they'll just have, they have like these big bumblebees that are like that same, like blue and goldish kind of, they look like they're striped like that dress. And I was so tempted to think like, I got to take one of these and put it in darkness and then put it in light and see if it changes color like that dress. Has anybody else seen these bumblebees? Sorry, I am rambling a lot. And that was another 100 bits. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Rukov. Thank you. That is super generous. And I really, really appreciate it. Like, unnecessary generous, but greatly appreciated generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. But as I was saying, somebody made a video of the girl falling through the trapdoor in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, like the old Gene Wilder one, and then used like computer effects to show her like plummeting down like below there, and like there'd be like an industrial pipe like hitting the pipe and then falling and smacking other things and crumpling the ground. It is awful, but it is so freaking funny because it looks so realistic. But it's like this little kid in a family movie. It's like the people who do Have you seen they've also done like movies where it's like Spider-Man 2 if it was R-rated, and it'll be like the scene where he's stopping the train with his arms out like that and stretching, and his arms just like rip out of their sockets. I might watch different YouTube videos than you guys do. I am realizing as I'm saying these things. Except I don't look for these things. They just show up. It's the internet saying that I need to see these things, and I'm gonna play some game before I further sound like a monster. But thank you again, Ruka, for the 200 bits. That is so nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the alderman's blood?
Blood? Why, yes, it was blood. And sometimes why? It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the Amazing Nine Tails, the alderman's bloody body. So it was something. So I was right. That was Florent Lapel dressed up as the Amazing Nine Tails. Because like, look at it, even with this huge suit with the shoulders. That is a buff guy. This is a village of pro wrestlers in their civilian secret identities. Eek! Oh, that's a lot of blood. That is a lot of blood. I do not think that man is okay. Noise level 0, yay! We helped him, oh, bye-bye. We helped him relive his trauma. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the Amazing Nine Tails killed Alderman Cupid? But the Alderman was the Amazing Nine Tails. So how exactly does that work? I have never, ever even thought about the idea that someone could wear someone else's clothes. Hey, I asked you first! Although if Florent Labelle was dressed up as the Amazing Nine Tails for that section, maybe they're gonna pull something where it's like, he was a master of disguise in order to justify that he was dressed as Mayor Tenma to confess. Because wasn't it just Jinxie that said she heard Tenma confess? Have we gotten that corroborate from Tenma? Has he remembered confessing to Jinxie? I mean, I hope it's not something, but I guess they'll probably excuse and say like, oh, he's so good at makeup, he can like make himself up like boop.
It really was blue and black. The issue is the original image was overexposed, and those that have weaker receptors for blue and dark colors perceived it as white and gold. Going to prove that everyone sees the world a little bit differently.
They do. Okay, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but am I the only one who's ever wondered if colors look the same to me as they do to everybody else? Like the color red, for example. You see something that's red, and you say, that's the color red. It's obviously the red. It's like ketchup. It's whatever. It's red, right? But how do you know that other people see the same thing when they see red? How do you know that when they look at red, like at ketchup, it doesn't look to them like, say, green looks to you? But they've been told their whole life that that color that you see right there is red. And so these...
BTS colorblind.
Well, yes, colorblind, but it's like even more than that. I wonder if like everybody has it like a little bit different. And maybe that might be why everybody has like different favorite colors. Maybe like everybody is drawn to the same type of color, but it just looks different. But it actually applies to different colors. Does that make sense? That probably, I don't know if that makes any sense. That like, and thank you for the TTS, Crystal, and thank you for the 10 bits, Rukov. But and I'm probably sounding like a crazy man here. But like I said, imagine the color that you perceive as green. Say that somebody else, when they look at red stuff, they look at ketchup, it looks that color to them. But their whole life they've been told that's what red is, so they call it red.
Wonder no more. We have known that everyone sees differently as a fact since the 1800s.
Wait, so that's been confirmed? How did they confirm that? Like how? Because especially in the 1800s, I feel like nowadays we're getting closer. I've heard things where that they can use computers to like hook up diodes or whatever to your brain, and then they'll ask you to like think of an image, and the computer can kind of discern. Basically, it's like an image of a horse or a boat or something like that, and kind of generate a fuzzy sort of AI fill in the blanks image of it, which I don't think they could do in the 1800s. But I'm gonna have to look this up because that actually, I've always wondered that for a long time. It's fascinated me. And apparently I am 200 years late to that party if they already figured this out in the 1800s. So thank you very much for the 10 bits again, Rukov. I appreciate that. And wow, I'm going off on a lot of tangents today, but you know, you guys are the ones talking about colors and things like that. Oh, but speaking of the dresses, what really fascinates me, have you guys seen those videos where they have that sound effect? And for some people, it sounds like two different phrases. Crap, what are the phrases? It's like oil can or black hole or something like that. And let me see if I can Google what it is. Sound effect sounds like two different things. Oh, there's one with Yanni and Laurel. That was a famous one, but there was like another one too. But have you guys heard that where you listen to it and you'll hear like two different things, and sometimes if you're thinking of one of them, that's what you hear, and then it'll switch to something else. I am going off on really random tangents. Let's play a little bit of the game, at least until we get some background music, and then I can talk about these weird tangents with y'all. Maybe I should do a just chatting stream again one of these days. I still feel bad that I did that Valentine's Day Q&A stuff on just Discord. I should have done that as an actual, like an additional Twitch stream that day, so there'd be a VOD of it.
The experiments that confirm that we see due to cones and rods in the grouping of those receptors has been around since then. We can manufacture cameras that are really close to being similar.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you imagine something in nature being uniform?
I mean, that's why you have to wonder, because you can't actually see things from other people's perspectives. So that's cool. I wouldn't have thought about like trying. Yeah, but that makes sense though. Try and make cameras that mirror the cones and rods in people's eyes. That is really cool. Thank you, Rukov. I've learned some cool facts today. So everybody, make sure you say thank you, Professor Rukov, and thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. Well, true, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover, silence.
Hoy, don't you think this strange? The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber, but she said naught about seeing the amazing Ninetales there.
Ah! You just had to bring that up, didn't you? Notice how everything we're like proving this person had to be there. We're proving this person also had to be there. We're proving this person saw this thing. And at the end of the day, it's like, little girl didn't see it. So, nuh-uh. Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then? Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? I would after I save, because I'm probably going to do the wrong theory. I mean, it's either that, like, Florent or whoever else, that Florent was dressed as Amazing Ninetales and hid behind the screen, or that Florent is a master of disguise and was previously disguised as Damien Tenma when Jinx came in, and that's why she didn't see him there, and Tenma was in the Fox Chamber. It's one of those two things. It's gotta be, right? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? Wait, the fact that I can say yes or no makes me think no is the right answer. But you know what? Yes. Why not? Yes! Of course I can explain it. Oh, because if I don't, we're in serious trouble.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this.
What about a good old-fashioned penalty? So Garfield, if you're still here, we may see a bad ending. We may see a game over if I chose the wrong thing. Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulder. And the judge is okay with it. He's like, oh, you're gonna decapitate him with your katana blade? I'll allow it. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. We know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us? Wait, I just know something for the first time. Hang on. In the picture, he doesn't have any of the warding charms on his head. But can we see the picture where Jinx gave her statement? Darn it, because like every time she's done a flashback, has he had the bandages on his head? Very good question, and I suppose you have an answer for us? Sadly, you would be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? I'm going to save, and this save is going to be staggered over a different spot. Because we should be doing that. Let me read a couple more comments while we... Actually, let's see what the options are. Jinxie was confused. LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. She got the rooms mixed up. It's going to be this, right? He was disguised as Tenma. Let me read a couple comments in the chat, though. I see. Bale said, you have committed a grave sin and must now be executed. Xamaria says, how can he tell the difference between peanut butter flavors? Wait, can you guys not? Like, okay, here's your experiment. Next time you have, like, excessive amounts of money in your peanut butter budget, buy a jar of Skippy peanut butter and a jar of Jif peanut butter. Jif peanut butter is amazing. It tastes like peanuts. Skippy peanut butter tastes like crap, like plastic trying to pretend to be peanuts. It's like vaguely nutty, I guess, kinda, but it doesn't taste like peanuts. Like, they have different flavors. It's like getting two different brands of like cereal or something. Am I the only one who can tell?
Why are people testing Logan?
Are people testing? Why? Are they testing me? Is that what's happening? I thought we're just having a conversation. Are people testing me? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Rukov. I appreciate that. I will assume that I am falling victim to tests that I did not know were there. Quick Katie said, huzzah! I finished the event. I gotta hang out here now, guys. Welcome back, Katie. Welcome back from the Genshin event. How was it? Eglin said, peanut butter M&Ms are my favorite, but I completely understand why you don't like. Okay, thank you then, because I feel like every time I've mentioned that to somebody, it's as if I've committed blasphemy by saying that. Xamaria says, peanut butter and chocolate food tier list stream when? That's why Reese's peanut butter cups are so good, which is interesting because Reese's peanut butter is very mid peanut butter. It's not that great, but somehow it goes really well with chocolate. Tiff says to Queen Katie, huzzah! Xamaria says, ooh, which event? Queen Katie said, and now that I'm here, I have a very important clip to find and make. Wait, really? Queen Katie said, Lantern right in Genshin. I managed to get everything I wanted in it. Congratulations! Xamaria says, congrats. Queen Katie says, thank you, thank you. Xamaria says, Queen Eclipse. And there's Crystal popping in with the little emote there. And Xamaria says, Crystal. Garfield said, it's not on Steam, but you can get it via Lucas's Simpsons Hit and Run mod launcher by setting it up. Wait. So is this through legal means, or is this like an mod, like emulator type of a thing? Because I do want to say, like, our channel does not endorse that type of stuff technically. But just so I know, like, is that an actual like legal thing? Or are you talking about sailing the 7 seas here? Weedle says, Crystal hoist! It works still. You're still doing inventory? Crystal with more emos. And there's a clip from Queen Katie with the papa.
This is the man that swears he can tell if vanilla is in a chocolate shake.
Well, yeah!
This is the guy who has other issues with food due to a single ingredient. He has a very discerning palate, but still thinks Ovaltine is an acceptable form of chocolate milk.
Well, it's an acceptable form of chocolate milk because it literally is chocolate milk. It is chocolate milk mix. You can also get malt mix and chocolate malt mix, but it's literally chocolate milk mix. It's no different than having like Nesquik.
TTS Ovaltine is delicious, yummy face.
Yes, thank you, Crystal. I love you. You're awesome. You back me up. Thank you. See. It's not only chocolate milk. It is oval. It is delicious. And thank you for the TTS and thank you for the 10 bits, Rukov. And yes, you can totally tell because a chocolate shake made with vanilla ice cream is a vanilla shake. Oh, by the way, squirt of chocolate mixed in. A chocolate shake made with chocolate ice cream is a chocolate shake. It's a completely different taste. But okay, let's check out this clip.
But the commercial said it's not just chocolate milk, it's Ovaltine.
Well, it's not just chocolate. That's not saying it's not chocolate milk. They're saying it's chocolate milk and more. It's not just chocolate milk. See, your own words have outdone yous. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Okay, we got to check out this clip, and then I need to get back to the game at some point. Let's load this clip from Queen Katie up in the clip viewer. Since this is apparently an old clip, she said, I have no idea what this could possibly be. So let me get this loaded up. As always, first clip takes just a little bit longer to load up than subsequent clips will. This clip is titled Apollo's Disclaimer. I'm not sure what that is, but let's see it.
Sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the tower in Tenma you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue. That's right, I forgot to tell everybody we tampered with the crime scene. We went to the Forbidden Chamber
part.
And there was a giant Tenma statue in there. Please do not arrest us.
Well, I mean, we're not supposed to do that.
Yes, that won't explain it.
And we're just dropping this info as if because we're just lawyers. In a universe where apparently lawyers have even less rights than they have here. And Queen Katie said, my job is complete. Well, thank you very much for the clip, Queen Katie. Crystal says, ahoy! I hope you have a good time, Weedle. And Bale said, that is amazing. Wait, what was amazing? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, I'm gonna hope we're talking about a Dalek transformer. Is that what's amazing? I hope that's what's amazing. Okay, let's play a little more in the... so it's gonna be LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. Because the other two don't even make any sense, and this is one of my two theories that I had. The figure Ms. Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma. We gotta compare their faces. How is this even possible? Because, like, okay, he's very stern. He's got like a square jaw with an actual square. It's very, very harsh features. And these are all like just soft. I mean, how?
Silence.
Huh. That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unlike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise?
See? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces. Maybe the disguise completely hid his face. Oh. I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face.
And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it?
Oh, right.
Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Donut. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass. I want to see like it slice one time and just his two little horns just, and then just. Wait, did Apollo just die? Did he just kill Apollo? Apollo's dead. I just wanted him to give him a humorous haircut. He's deceased. Well, this explains why Phoenix Wright gets to be the main character again. So, and you know what? The judge allowed it, so it is legal, legally binding. Are you okay, Apollo? No, Athena. He is dead. He's very dead. I'm not fine, am I?
Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness with the huh?
How many deaths on the Apollo death counter?
I think this is only 2 of his deaths tonight, because not tonight, so far in this game, right? Because he died the one time when he found his dead body in, unless you also count him like sort of passing out before that, so it might be 3, 2 or 3, depending on how we'll need an Apollo deathologist in here with a PhD in Apollo deathonomics to determine exactly how many, but it's either 2 or 3. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that.
Your baldness, your verdict, if you will.
Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict. If you have no further arguments. I have further arguments, Your Honor. I am so confident in my arguments, I'm going to save so I can save scum. Oh, what's even left for me to do? Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But he says a lot of stuff. He says a lot of stuff. Huh?
Hey, Logan. Sorry I flaked for last stream. I went on a little hangout with deeper undertones to the Demon Slayer new season premiere.
What?
Still wish I could have personaed it up, though.
Well, that's okay. Thank you so much for the 20 bits. Thank you. We had like I think our first actual boss fight. I only died once in it. I was pretty proud of myself. It was because it was just one big mistake I made. But then I came back and everyone was like, oh, he's gonna have to go back like a week and grind. He's not strong enough. And I did it. But thank you so much for the 20 bits, Jorge. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Wait, but what's this Demon Slayer new season premiere? Did that happen? I didn't know that a new season was starting because I finished watching Swordsmith Village arc. Which, by the way, the ending, that last episode, I was like clutching my breath in the whole thing where I'm gonna try and be as like vague as possible for spoilers, but the part where like Nezuko kicks him away, and like that whole thing. I was like, I could not breathe during that whole segment. But yeah, when is it like a new season has started? I'm guessing it'll be like a couple of weeks before the episode will reach here dubbed in English, because I always wait for the dubs. I hope they do a simul dub. I think last time Demon Slayer for some reason was like waiting for the whole arc and then doing the dub. I hope they're gonna do the thing where it like, anyway, I have not known this. But thank you, and Jorge, good to see you. So I hope you had fun. That is a perfectly legitimate excuse, but welcome. You missed us discussing M&Ms. And so, Jorge, I feel better about my opinion. I thought this would be unpopular, that plain M&Ms are disgusting. Hey,
loser.
Hey!
This isn't Clam, and Petrikov is going to bed. Also, chat, please remember to mix in burns with props. We don't want Logan to have too much hope.
That is fair. Sorry, you got me. I thought that was Clam, because you haven't done the fake one for a while. But thank you so much, Rukov, for the 10 minutes. Get some sleep. I'm so happy that you were able to hang out with us so long tonight. It seems like lately you've had to be going to sleep earlier and earlier. So thank you so much for being here. Get enough rest that you'll be alert and awake tomorrow morning. Good night, Rukov. You're awesome. And yes, everybody, chat. No mods. Chaos now reign. It is the purge. You're all allowed to commit 1 murder each. I have decreed it right now. Oh, but only in here, in the chat. Only in the chat, not like outside in the real world. I heard what happened. Okay, crap. I need to read some chat. That's what will happen mean. Read a few more comments, so we'll get back into the game. I promise we'll play some game here. Let's see. Exterminator says mid-tier Decepticon leadership tier list stream one. Well, I mean like in the hierarchy, not in like quality of leadership. So it's like, because they did a story where like Megatron went missing and then he came back and there was like this council of Decepticons. They're like, what? You've been gone. We're in charge now. Type of a storyline, if that makes sense. So like mid-level. It's like middle management in a company, but then like the boss is gone and so they just assume that they're in charge. But I'd love to do a Decepticon tier list stream. Galvatron is definitely at the top. He's my favorite leader. G-Axis is pretty high up there after that as well. But you guys have no idea who these people are, probably. Not people, robots. Robots are people. Quick Katie said, by the way, the insane amount of languages my mobile captions thought you were speaking. German, French, even Japanese for a split second. I have been doing my Duolingo. I should do a Duolingo stream one time. Except then you guys will see how, like, slow and methodical it takes me to translate everything. But yeah, you know, I could try and I'd say some here. Let's see if this works. Let's test it, because you can say like hajimemashite, rogan desu, dozo yoroshiku. Well, what else do you say? If you say arigato, you can say doitashimashite, stuff like that. Those are all just the hello, excuse, sumimasen is nice, is excuse me. You can say nice to meet you. I'm Logan. Thank you. You're welcome. Stuff like that. I don't know what to say in Japanese. Queen Katie said, but I'm back to my normal caption, so I'm happy. X-Ray says, Logan is a polyglot? Polyglot. Oh, I'm guessing that's someone who's like bilingual. I think we established that before, right? Polyglot is that? Garfield said, also, I hope you don't mind Twitch whispers, by the way. I don't think I'm seeing any popping up, but I don't check them as often as I should. But yeah, no, I'm fine. As long as nobody's like harassing other chat members with like tons of unwanted Twitch whispers. We had somebody do that once and we had to like ban somebody because of that. And Xarian says, Pingtuber shrugs, go fish. Egnan says, I say the letters for, so you say PNG as well? Am I the only one that says ping? Because like, how else would you pronounce this? Ping, right? Crystal said, oh, wait, hey, was this not read by TTS? It says TTS. It is not pronounced ping to, oh, that's how I read it too. Okay, Crystal, see, you have my back again, second time tonight. Oh, high five, thank you, Crystal. See, Crystal understands me. Quick Katie said, I'm a pingtuber, and I say the letters yell, ah, crap. I'm a weirdo. Galp said, do you have my Twitch channel linked with the baba?
Hey, loser.
Oh, and there we go. We got a mod back. You missed it, Clem. Rukov was just in here, and he did a hey loser to try and impersonate you as he was leaving. But welcome, Clem. Thank you so much for the 10 bits. How are you doing? And you're probably going to get tired of me hearing me say this, but I'm going to be saying it like every time I see you for the next 18 years. How is little Henry doing? I hope he's doing well. But Clem. Okay, so the mods are back. Everybody scatter. Everybody hide. Don't let the mods see you. Don't let the mods see that you guys were doing the... I told you everybody had one murder each for the purge, for the mini purge we had. I hope you did your murder. If you didn't do your murder, then time's up. Time's up. No more murders. Ollie murder free. It's done. No more murders. They've decreed it. Yeah, so apparently I'm, I guess, the only person who says ping tuber instead of PNG tuber. Galp said, you have my Twitch channel linked to Automod when live on self-promo on your Discord. I like to auto-post in the streams. I believe it is. Yeah, to like post when the... I need to update that because like more people have started streaming, and I need to update that with more announcements for people in our community when they go live. Like Weedle does some streams now. I know Rat has joined our Discord. We should do probably posts for her as well. Things like that. And let me read one more comment. Except says, mayonnaise? Didn't Patrick Starr say that's an instrument? Possibly. I have only seen a handful of SpongeBob episodes. I feel like I'm committing real heresy by admitting that. Because I love cartoons. But I'll read one more. Babel says, okay, GIF and JPEG you're doing right, but not ping? I'm gonna keep saying ping. Can't stop me. It's ping. What does PNG even stand for? It's ping, right? Huh?
I also say pingtuber since I never knew how to say it. I've only seen it written.
Yes, Jorge, thank you for the time. Okay, Jorge, Crystal, you two and me, we need to find 2 more people who also believe there'll be 5 of us, and we're gonna form like a Power Ranger team of people who say ping tuber instead of PNG tuber. And we'll fight crime and giant monsters in combining robots. Sound like a deal? It's everything I've ever wanted in life. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Jorge, and for you backing me up as well. Okay, so let's play a little bit of game. Then I will be back to the chat. But thank you guys for all the... I love so much when chat is so chatty like this. It makes me so happy because, as I said before, I do this because I want to hang out with you guys, even if y'all are making fun of me for saying ping instead of PNG. See, PNG, I feel like I'm almost but not quite talking about Star Trek TNG, the next generation, but like saying it wrong. It's Star Trek Next Generation or something. Turn the case upside down. Oh, he does say that a lot, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. All right, let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it? And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about. Oh. Okay, so was he wearing the Tenma Taro mask? And therefore, she wouldn't talk about it because she doesn't want to lose her soul because of village superstitions? Except we lost the village superstitions as evidence, so it's probably not that. Maybe he was wearing the Amazing Ninetales mask, so he wasn't really disguised as him. He was in the Ninetales costume, and she just thought it was him because we already saw that LaBelle was dressed as the Amazing Ninetales. And she made this whole big deal about how removing a luchador wrestler's mask is like the biggest dishonor than possible. So it's not that she couldn't do it, but she refused to and didn't want to talk about it because his identity has to stay a secret. And so she mistakenly believed that her dad was the Amazing Ninetales. That fits, right? See, a wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. For the record, I guessed wrestler's mask before the game brought it up. He'd never unmask himself in front of others, but there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. Well, hang on, then why in the flash... Well, I guess the reason why we saw in the flashback him without a mask is because that was just our assumption of what it looked like. And what about the fact that it was the Amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around? Yay. Wait. So does this mean, or maybe it's even simpler than that. Maybe we were just wrong and Alderman QB never was the Amazing Ninetales. It was always Damien Tenma. Wait, but then, except Damien Tenma saw the Amazing Ninetales open up the door, and so why would he be happy about... Okay, we got it all backwards. Okay, it sounds like that we made the wrong assumption. Damien Tenma is the Amazing Ninetales. And maybe Jinxie knew that because he's her dad? Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake.
your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did, and they never will.
Then it seems I must announce my verdict. No, bad judge, bad, stop. Judge, stop. I do have proof.
Do you now?
All right, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Hang on, I'm gonna save again because we need to scum our saves. Okay, and I gotta read a few more comments in the chat just to see how many more people are making fun of me for saying ping. See, Quick Katie said, by the way, I don't know if it's been pointed out, but when Apollo slams his desk, you can see a Mr. Hat Charmer's backpack. Yeah, I saw that, because when we changed the costume, I checked it out, and you can see it on the back, and then the first time he slams, stop flapping. Did you guys see the picture I posted, by the way, in the general chat on Discord? There was a, yesterday, at a mall, not too far from here, there was a, it was like a pop culture collector. It wasn't like a convention, but it was like a mini, almost like a swap meet. Like they had the tables set up almost like vendors at a convention, like small ones. And there was this one lady who had a table that was selling Phoenix Wright Beanix beanies. They were listed as coming soon along with a bunch of like JoJo beanies. But I posted a picture. It was so cool. X-Ray says, digital acronym tier list one? Gallup says, but ping if you want a transparent picture. That is true. Because GIFs are limited in the number of colors, I think. Eglin says, no, I was not talking about the Ninetales front tail logo. Okay, I was worried. I was worried for a minute. That's how the first part of the sentence sounded. I'm sorry. Exterminator says, you should still follow your heart, kid. Dream and go visit the chocolate factory. Maybe, except I don't know when the next time I'll ever be in Pennsylvania, of all places. Exterminator says, in the movie, I think it made it seem like they died, but in Roald Dahl's book, they all survive, albeit changed for the better. Isn't it like a funnier story if the children die? I mean, just like as a general rule, if you have a story about children, doesn't it become funnier if like most of the children die, especially like the bad ones? All right. Egan said, the dress was blue and black in reality. I remember this off the top of my head. Crystal says, one girl in Willy Wonka turned purple and became super big when she was chewing gum. That's right, she turned into like a giant blueberry. So I don't think the human body can sustain that type of morphological change. Bill said, the dress is factually blue and black. And Crystal said, it's blue and gold. X-Ray says, remind me to never see Logan's YouTube homepage. Eglin said, Logan casually watching gore. X-Ray said, Logan YouTube homepage, you laugh, you lose stream. I want to do one of those, except the only reason I have not done one of those is because I'm worried about DMCA stuff, that if I start watching stuff, there'll be DMCA. If anyone in the community would be willing to compile and put together a playlist, it would have to be like a couple hours long is the problem. Playlist of stuff that they are sure does not have any music in it or any clips of TV shows with audio in it. Then I would love to do a You Laugh, You Lose stream. Tiff says, isn't this technically leading the witness? We don't have the law rules. I mean, I don't think anything we've done here has been legal. Tiff, it's awful. One more comment, we'll go back in the game. Eglin said there's one with a shoe that's either white or pink or blue and gray. I've seen that one too. And it's the only one I cannot see anything other than one color combination. I can see both in that one. I think it's another lighting thing, but I can also understand that one is a bit harder to see. So yes. Thank you. Okay, let's play a little bit of game. I need some water though. I'm getting thirsty. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Maya Tenma's secret identity. Ha! A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Maya Tenma's secret identity. Is it going to be the mask? Mask found washed up by the riverside, might have been at the crime scene, but it has white hair inside. Hang on, but in the LaBelle's hair was blonde back then. I'm gonna save though. I'm gonna save in case this isn't the piece of evidence that actually does it. But I mean, I think it's the mask, right? Let's try the mask.
Take that!
What absolute claptrap. Poppycock, balderdash. I just love saying old-timey words for nonsense.
We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales and the mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believe the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Ninetales' veil. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. Oh, so that's why he, as the Ninetales, was leading the anti-municipal merger movement, because he didn't want to do it. But he was being blackmailed into it, but still didn't want it. And so he had to make it look like he was trying to do it to keep his daughter safe. But he was, as the wrestler in the secret identity, going against it. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all. He was the amazing Ninetales. Watch this. Is he gonna be willing to admit it though?
You'd best explain yourself, Justice Dono, and from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion.
Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales. Okay, so this is the picture we saw. We assume. So at least he didn't have the bandages on. Oh, this music. I like this music. In fact, while it's going, I'm going to read a couple of comments in chat, actually. Queen Katie said, me listening to this dress debate. Are you not familiar with this dress, Queen Katie? Garfield says, do you accept Twitch Whispers? Yes, I do. Sorry, the TTS is only for people who've been granted the VIP status, that TTS. But yeah, I do Twitch Whispers. Again, I don't like check them terribly out, but if I know it's a pop-up, I'll usually try to respond to them. Queen Katie said, I only have a flashback to Ruby, because they literally made characters based on that darn dress. They did? Eglin said, I cannot fathom how that shoe is pink and white. It's clearly blue and gray in the photo, and color shifting it does not make it any other color. Weedle says, puppy kicker sting not having fun, Dipman stinky. Weedle, does that mean you're done with inventory? Gallop says, green needle, that was one of them. It was green needle, and then was the other one was something else. Exterior says, according to Google, quote, another color scientist, Joseph Carroll of the Medical College of Wisconsin, took it a step further. Quote, I think we can say for certain that people don't see the same colors, he told Life's Little Mysteries. One person's red might be another person's blue and vice versa, the scientist said. You might really see blood as the same color someone else calls blue in the sky as someone else's red, but our individual perceptions don't affect the way color of blood, the color of blood make the, yes, okay, thank you. I feel so vindicated in every way except on the ping thing. I still want to call it ping, a ping tuber, not a PNG tuber. So thank you, Extemporaneous. Eglin said, green needle, and brainstorm, that was the other one. Thank you. Thank you. I can always count on you guys. Extemporaneous says, us Fafel says, yeah, Ben 10 watch. What are we talking about? Like the Omnitrix? What are we talking about? Bill said, I've seen Ba, Ta, and Ra. What are we even talking about? I don't know what I was saying in the chat to inspire this. Legendary Anime JP Fan 2 says, long time to see. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. It has been forever and a day. But how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Quick Katie said, fun fact, Mr. Hat has concept art that is some of the freakiest concept I've ever seen in the series. It's both cute and horror. I don't know if I like it or not. Can I see some of that? I want to see some of that. And Gallop says to Eglin, TikTok. Exterminator says, cute and horror fascinating. And Exterminator says, thank you, Professor Rukov. A Venom Hollow Slate. Wow, we got like a bunch of people popping in here. Hi. Were you here when I asked if I can call you Venom for short? It says, how are you? I'm doing all right. How you doing? Garfield said the other answer could have some funny dialogue. That is true, but I worry, like when I'm picking the dialogue stuff, I worry about the judge stabbing me, taking away my hit points. Okay, let's continue playing a little bit more here. Let's see, Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise. Oh, and it's just like Eglin was saying, just the mask, not the rest of the costume.
Silence.
The accused and that deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. They're both bulky. The voice, you got me. You got me on the voice. Maybe it's because of mumbling under the mask. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection.
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build too? Because What? Cause makeup gives you muscles? He probably did a lot of contouring to make him look like he had muscular man boobs. What? What? And anyone speaking to a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Ha!
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection.
No. A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. Oh, this case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. I will after I save, because I don't know how it explains the mystery of the locked room. See, Quick said, Logan, the charms on his head are bandages for his wound after he was taken urgent care. Okay, oh crap, I thought it was just that Jinxie had given them to him to keep Tenmataro away from him, because I know that's the main one in the front, but I thought the rest of them were that too. I'm dumb. Quick said, I'm pretty sure. Law says, blah, peanut butter. You do you, maybe you've just never tried a good peanut butter. Maybe you've just never met the right peanut butter. Xerian says, peanut butter test in stream when? It'd be a short stream. It'd be like, Skippy, Jif, Peter Pan, Jif, thank you. That's the entire stream. That is the whole stream. And they said, it's not the flavor to me, but the consistency in a way. Xerian says, I love PB&J, it's yummy. Agnes said, some peanut butters are sort of grainy. They kind of are. There is a texture thing there. Venom said, what's 3 + 2? That is your test. It's 5. It's 5. Did I pass my test? Did I pass the test? Xerian says, you mean crunchy versus smooth? No. Some of them, like the peanut butter itself is like kind of grainy. Like it'll be smooth, like not crunchy, but it's like, it's almost like the peanuts aren't ground up finely enough in there. Something like that. Okay, let's play a little more. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold, there's for the cutscene. That's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. I love the hand-drawn animation for the cutscenes. Next, he took the mayor who he had also drugged into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes. He carries spare clothes. Don't judge him. I do that. I got a spare outfit just like this wherever I go, in case I ever want to be briefly nude. And completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. What, huh? Oh, someone anonymously gifted a sub to Queen Katie. Thank you, Anonymous. I don't know who that was, but thank you so much. Queen Katie, you now have access to the Hey Hey channel on Discord, as well as the subscribers only chat, which is pretty dead. I need to do something in that. But more importantly, you have access to the Hey Hey channel, and you got access to the subscriber emotes. So thank you so much, Anonymous, whoever that was. The screen that that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. So then, the person who said I killed Alderman QB was... Yup, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed. Well, we should say, you know what that means? That means that Florent LaBelle technically confessed. But you know what? It also means that when he was confronted about it by Jinxie, he didn't lie. He told the truth. So I think he should get acquitted. That little scamp. He was honest about it. It's like if a little kid like breaks a plate or a lamp or a vase or something, and the parent comes in like, what happened? He's like, I'm sorry, I did it. It's like, okay, well, you told the truth. You little ruffle your hair. Yeah, get out of here. Just don't do any more murders.
Silence.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection! No, you twisted Sam. Oh, you know what we should be able to do, though? We can prove it, because there was white hair found inside, assuming that wasn't part of the costume, but it was actually Florent LaBelle's blonde hair from when his hair was blonde. Run a DNA test on the hair. That'll confirm that it was his, and that he was wearing the mask. No, you twisted samurai. This time, you stop your jabbering. Hey, I told him, and let me finish making my case.
Arg.
Once Ms. Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the forbidden chamber. So he could drag the mayor back out into the fox chamber. Oh, so the amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was... Right, it was LaBelle opened the forbidden chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the forbidden chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Taro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. Okay, so I do need to apologize to Filch. I thought he was an accomplice. Turns out he is just a criminal who also deserves to be in jail for unrelated crimes he has committed. Let me read some more in the chat, though. X-Ray says, yeah, Logan only endorses kicking puppies. No, I don't. I don't, though. In fact, I will go on record as saying, please don't kick puppies. If for no other reason, then as a favor to me, please don't kick puppies. Bale said, play SMT5 Vengeance when it releases, and you'll be forgiven of your crimes. Is that the one that I think somebody made a post they're doing a remake or a re-release of that, or maybe it's just a port or something like that? Garfield said, I assure you, the setup of The Simpsons hit and run mod launcher is perfectly legal, as said by the1_Byron on Discord. I don't know who that is. Can I trust that person? X-Ray says, still never had Ovaltine before. Ovaltine tasting stream? What? That would just be me tasting it over and over again and drinking it because I love some Ovaltine. Eglin said, no, I mean like how smooth some peanut butter types feel, unlike there are peanut chunks in it compared to perfectly blended. Quick Katie said, Logan's face when he is vindicated, lol. X-Ray says, I need perfect blending when I eat peanut butter. I actually prefer crunchy peanut butter as a thing to eat. But if I'm spreading it on bread for a sandwich, I prefer creamy because it's just so much easier to spread. Like, I think it's because the bread I get is like so soft that the crunchy peanut butter just too easily either tears it apart or just clumps up into one spot. Crystal with the emotes. Gallop says, the Chamber of Secrets. Exterminator says, 44. Oh, would you rather? Would you rather number 44? Would you rather dance in front of 1,000 people or sing in front of 1,000 people? Assuming it is a song within my range, sing. Absolutely. I am not great at either of those things, but I am far worse at dancing. Oddly enough, I have both sung and danced in plays before. So, I mean, I've done that. But yes, sing. Again, I'm not a great singer, not a great dancer, but I am a far better singer than dancer. Queen Katie said 100% sing. I'm too embarrassed to dance in front of that many folks. Exterminator says, I think I would agree with you there. I mean, dancing would be cool, but I need like an eternity of practice. Said, wonder what I would sing at that point. And Exterminator says, rip Apollo with a salute. There, I know where we're at in the chat. It's when Apollo died and Garfield says, what? And then a child endangerment command. Okay, and there's some clips. I'll get to the clips in a minute. Let's play some more games and I'll come back. I see 2 clips. We'll watch the clips on the clip viewer with everybody in just a minute. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Taro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Ms. Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the fox chamber. I see. Well, that all does certainly make sense. And there's no evidence for it, which is what I like. Not guilty. Then after dragging the mayor back into the fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger because the blackmail letter. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
No, the mayor was blackmailed in pursuing the municipal merger. Ms. Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the amazing Ninetales.
Ugh, this is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot.
I will be honest, this is a bit contrived. Like, he should have just killed him and been done with it. Just leave it unsolved. Why you gotta frame a bro? No one except the killer as insane as his plot. And I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Have you seen the dude? He has cell phones in his shoulders. That is not the act of a sane man. Okay, let's check out the clips that are in the chat here. First of all, we got a clip from Garfield. Let me load this one up in the clip viewer. This clip from Garfield. Okay, I know what this is. It's titled Apollo Dies. So let's check that. I think it took me a minute to realize what happened.
Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass. I want to see like it slice one time and just his two little horns just, and then just. Wait, did Apollo just die? Did he just kill Apollo? Apollo's dead. I just wanted him to give him a humorous haircut. He's deceased. He's very much deceased. Anything we see now is just Maya channeling his ghost.
Phoenix Wright gets to be the main character again.
Yeah. So Apollo dead.
And you know what? The judge allowed it.
Apollo dead. And we got another clip. I'm assuming this might be the same ones from Queen Katie, titled titled Rip Apollo Salute. Y'all roll credits.
I show you what a truly sharp blade
okay.
is capable of.
Since it's the same thing, we won't go through the whole thing again, but thank you both, Garfield and Queen Katie, for the clips. I appreciate it. This one might have gone longer. Did this one go longer?
Well, this explains why Phoenix Wright gets to be the main character again.
Yep.
So, and you know what? The judge allowed it, so it is legal.
I went like 2 seconds longer. All right, cool. Thank you both very much for the clips. I appreciate that. Queen Katie said, "Aw, dang, I got beat." Nice speed work, Garfield. Respect. Crystal says with TTS, it's a new movie. Wait. Crap, what were we talking? Oh, Demon Slayer. So it's a new movie. Kind of like they did the what was it called? The train movie they did. So now that one was actually totally in canon with the series. In fact, they ended up having to do like an arc of the series that basically was just that story, but with like a little tiny bit of extra stuff. So is it the same thing? Are they then going to have that be that also the next arc of the anime? Or is it like other anime when they do a movie? It's like, this is just a side story that doesn't really matter and is not really canon. And Garfield says to Queen Katie, yup. Crystal says, new arc. Xerius with an emote. All right, let's play a little bit more of the game. No one except the killer was, yeah, we're calling him insane.
Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am.
Maya Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? What?
It's not a new movie, it's a new season. They showed recaps of the past season and then showed us the first episode of the Hashira training arc.
Oh, it's gonna be a training arc. Well, he did just barely get, he got his new sword. Wait, did he get his new sword or was it not ready? I think he got his new sword, right? But then there was also like the other one from the village that wasn't finished being made that I think he gave back. I'm trying to remember. I think that's how it worked. That, some of the anime, like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, those ones, they mess with my emotions too much. They're both very exciting, but I love them. Well, thank you for the heads up on this. I need to look into trying to find out when that's going to be simul-dubbed into English because I'm basic and I prefer the dub. So thank you for the info and thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Hold it! Oh, it's probably going to be Jinxie, maybe? Who said it? Oh! You have quite the active imagination! Maya Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales! Okay, now is LaBelle gonna say that Alderman QB was, or is LaBelle gonna say that he is?
Objection!
What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? Or maybe LaBelle, maybe the white hairs we saw actually are Rex QBs, and LaBelle planted them, like after the Murray plucked them out and put them in the mask, so that when he threw it out the window, if it was ever found, they'd be able to confirm that it belonged to him. But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense,
I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now.
What?
Why, you would dare reveal the secret?
Okay. Oh, my good friend, the alderman told me all about it. Judge, this man right here is openly threatening and blackmailing our witness to lie on the stand. Judge, you gonna do something about it? Are we allowing this? It's not even a veiled threat. He said he will do this. He is threatening our witness. Judge, please.
But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions now, would it?
The truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about?
So go ahead, say it. Say I am the amazing Nine Tails. I dare you.
Wait, crap, his hair went back to blonde. He went back to blonde. It was green a second ago. When did it change?
Objection!
Wait! Will somebody please explain what's going on here?
Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions.
And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Nine Tails, you'll expose the truth? Judge, he is threatening our witness. We are clarifying it.
Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up.
Judge! Did the judge leave on his lunch?
So what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle.
I'll show you who's useless. I'm still me, but I will demonstrate it. Apollo, don't you dare give up now. I know. Ha! Your Honor! I believe Mr. LaBelle's statement warrants a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the amazing Nine Tails is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the amazing Nine Tails or not?
Witness testimony. The amazing Nine Tails' true identity.
Wow, we're like 2 hours in this. I thought like an hour at most we'd have finished this trial. We're gonna be lucky if we get to the next episode by the end of the stream tonight. I'll read a couple more comments though. Queen Katie said, I remembered being a bit salty that they were made a whole arc, a movie, only thing, but then I remembered I gave up on Demon Slayer long after I finished the manga, so it didn't matter. Oh, because you've already read the manga though. I usually wait to read manga until after I've seen the anime, because I like anime. Xavier says, good night, Rukov. Queen Katie says, good night, Rukov. Hey, Cookster says, did I hear murder? You did, Cookster. There has been a miardar. How you doing, Cookster? Xavier says, I want to start One Piece one day, but the manga is so long and the anime is so long. They're on episode like 1050 something or 1080 something. I don't even know anymore. I've been trying to watch it, but I haven't even reached episode 200 yet. I kind of want to try watching One Piece because that's one where they've apparently cut out like dozens of hours worth of filler. Cookster says, yeah. Xavier says, decree to the purge. That sounds like a child endangerment and dog endangerment. Well, none of you are dogs. Gariel says, Mod, squeeze Katie's that apparently. Eglin said, I feel like if the purge was real, people wouldn't immediately go murder hungry. Well, here's the thing. I agree. I don't think they would immediately, but I think some people would. There would be some people who, if they found out about it, would go, it's like, I can finally do it. And they absolutely would. I think it would be a relatively small group. But I feel if the purge became an annual thing, because it's an annual thing, right? I do feel like that group of people would grow from year to year. I don't know if it would be quite to the extent of everybody's killing everybody, but there would be a sizable group of people to the point where it would be freaky to wander out amongst people on that. I think, but I do agree it wouldn't immediately go like that. Quick Katie said, I'd been reading One Piece last year, but I stopped during the Sky Island. That's the same arc I'm stuck in, where they're fighting, I think the English dub calls him Eneru. I think it's like Enir or something like that. He's the guy based on Eminem, the thunder and lightning guy. Quick Katie said, Garfield, no, I thought we were buds. Clam said, nah, there are cooler crimes for the purge. Yeah, like loitering. Garfield said, laughing, just kidding. Quick Katie said, lol, I know, but the whiplash for a second there. X-Ray said, Logan relearning what polyglot is. It's not a word I use. Clan said, PNG, is it? No, it's ping. X-Ray said, Logan is ... Logan. That I do be. That I do be. I'm still behind the chat, but let's play some game, and then I will be back to the chat some more. And by the way, since we're past the 2-hour marks, we are entering our third hour. If people want to start looking for raid suggestions, I would not be opposed to it. Again, there's no pressure. Nobody ever has to, but if people want to, be free to check it out. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. I can't judge. Why are you allowing this? Is anybody going to at least ask the judge why this is okay to threaten him into silence? Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. Oh. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was...
You know what I never got about the purge? The government officials are listed as being off limits. Who's gonna enforce that? Like if everyone agrees we could destroy the government.
Wait, they are? I've never actually seen any of the Purge movies. Did they also do like a Purge TV series or miniseries or something like that? Regardless, I've never seen any of the Purge media. All I've seen are the commercials, which I feel like is enough usually to grasp the concept. But they, like the government's like, no, they shouldn't. All crime is legal. That should, because that is a law. The government's off limits. So all crime, that's a crime. Break that rule. I agree, Jorge. Because, yeah, that's messed up. I'm guessing it's just so that in universe they can explain how the government could continue to exist to enforce the purge. Because I haven't seen the purge, but I'm guessing a lot of it's probably like this weird class kind of thing where it's like you have the upper echelon elites and they're all like, oh, yes, we're keeping the citizens happy by giving them their purge while we all have our fancy whining and dining and Epstein Island sex parties and whatever. And so you see, yeah, but again, I've never actually seen any of those. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Jorge. I do appreciate that. We all know Alderman QB was the Amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. So wait, so does everybody in the Vale assume that that's his identity? Do they all think this? There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere, but I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, LaBelle's gonna expose the secret behind Temataro. Well, not if we expose the secret first. We'll just bring ruin to the whole city. It'll be fine. Arrgh, we're so close, I know it! Here, the defense may cross-examine the witness. All right, as always, we gotta save before we do this cross-examination, because I'm sure bad stuff is gonna be happening. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. But this has got to be like the last cross-examination, right? Is Tiff still here? I feel like Tiff really knows these cases inside out. Are we close to the end of this trial? Eglin says theft? Oh, absolutely. Maybe a bit of arson, but I feel like no sane person would immediately go to murder as a first choice. Sure, it would be legal during the purge, but just the mental toll would last. No, I agree. I just think that there would be some people. And then the amount of people would probably grow from year to year. I would hope it would stay a small percentage, but it would still probably be large enough that I wouldn't risk it. Quick Katie said, hey, Clam, sir. We've been having quite the stream with many fun topics. Cookster says, oh, gosh. Garfield said, Mod, squeeze that man's nuts. Why? Why, Garfield? Jorge says, hashtag WLLECRIG. We love Logan except Clam RM, I guess. Quick Katie with an emo. Clam says, Little Henry has had a great day. He slept through the night and had a 2-hour-long nap in his cribs instead of being held. Nice. Has he got, wait, Clam, has he got a job yet? He's already a couple months old. He should have a job, right? Make sure he's not a freeloader, not mooching. Cookster says, I actually have one free murder voucher. It doesn't have an expiry date here. Well, that is still allowed. You can still use that. If there's no expiration date, then yes, you are still allowed. Exterior says, aw, Beowulf said, most unlucky of you. I stole it during the purge. Oh, now Beowulf has it because that was a crime. But as long as it's in the purge, it was allowed. Quick Katie said, that was funny the first time. Not so much the second time. Yeah, Garfield, it's getting a bit weird. Clem says, what about notifications when I go live? Yes, you just don't do it very often. Garfield, oh no, excuse me, Cookster, sorry, same color. Cookster says, oh, dang it. Okay, let's play a little bit more. We gotta press every statement and then find the contradiction. The amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. Ha! This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the amazing Ninetales. I know you used his mask to create this illusion of a locked room murder. Silence. Huh.
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection! Mr. LaBelle knows that this statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight. And he's gonna say, yeah, because he's still claiming that the alderman or the mayor or somebody told him what it looked like. Sorry, but I heard about the statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Wait, you can't. Because I killed him. I mean, I did not kill him, but someone did. Oh, but what's that? The alderman's dead? Why do they think they can get away with such suspicious behavior? This is murderer behavior. Oh, looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend. Apollo, you mind if I wring his neck? Wait in line, cause I'm going first. Temper. Anyway. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions. Tisk, such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me? Not because I didn't understand what you said. I farted. I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom and get rid of the smell from your aforementioned flatulence. Oh, you liked that, didn't you? Oh, you liked that. Oh, you liked that so much. Huh. Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense. I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat. Clam says, I have never seen a full episode of SpongeBob because I grew up without cable. Again, I've only seen a couple. I think one of my earliest SpongeBob experiences is I remember seeing one where, I'm trying to remember why, but for some reason, SpongeBob and Patrick were like exiled out of Bikini Bottom. Like they left the city and all they had was they each had like a chocolate bar as their only rations. And Patrick immediately ate his, but then because he's an idiot, he forgot and tried to steal SpongeBob's, thinking it was the only one. And, but I think that they also had like a little campfire. And I'm watching this, I'm like, they're under the sea. How could they have a fire underwater? And like right after I said that out loud, one of them, I can't remember if it was SpongeBob or Patrick, goes like, hey, how can we have fire underwater? And then the fire just goes out. I'm like, Well played show. And the other one I remember seeing was one where they had to paint Mr. Krabs, like the inside of his house or something. But the whole thing was they couldn't get paint on anything, especially he had like a framed, I think like his first $1 bill or something like that. And they ended up having a paint bomb that like went off in the middle of the room, and they were like, no, it's gonna get everything, and it ended up going right in between the cracks of everything on the wall, just perfectly, coincidentally, except like one tiny little dot got on the $1 bill. I hope I'm remembering correctly. Are these real SpongeBob episodes, or was it a fever dream? Garfield said, I know, but this time I was referring to a bag of peanut butter. Right, that's the ticket, a bag of peanut. Wait, but peanut butter come in bags? Tiff said, what if, and now hear me out, we purge the mod? Not that I would ever do that. It's just a hypothetical. Well, tell you what, Clam, I apologize, but you are now the one person that they're allowed to purge. If you can do it. And Clem, you're allowed to guilt trip them into not doing it because you now have a newborn son and you're a father to this child. So Tiff, can you do that? Can you purge the father of little Henry? Cookster says ping is a type of data encoding for computers. So what does it stand for then? Clem says more like Power Ranger Team of Losers kick. Cookster says usually for pictures in stuff. Well, pictures would be P, N would be N. How does G stand for stuff? Is that kind of like GIF and GIF? That it should be P, because you don't want to do an S for stuff because then it sounds like you're saying something else as P, N, S. So that's why it's a G. We figured it out. Exterminator says, apparently they made like a Patrick Star spin-off show. I heard about that. Yeah, isn't it where like, it's when he and SpongeBob are younger, but with like teenage SpongeBob and Patrick's family? But I don't like that, but I don't think the creator really wanted them to do that. No, the creator of SpongeBob apparently didn't want any spin-offs, but he died, and so now Nickelodeon's like, didn't he die? Is that what happened? I think he died. And Nickelodeon's like, well, we can do whatever we want now. Didn't they also like change the character designs of Patrick's parents or something? Quick Kitty said, chatty chat, do be chatty chat. Eglin said, dang, a mod got here before most of us could crawl out of the basement. Quick Kitty said, technically it would be ping tuber if you pinged a tuber. Garland said, oh boy, we have a GIF versus GIF argument spinoff. Again, I'm team GIF all the way. I don't care what the creator says is GIF. It's graphic, not giraffic. Xavier says, Clam, we should form our own alternate team that fights that team because we say PNG. Queen Katie smiling, saying Logan putting the dots together before the game gets to baby him into it. Wow. Xavier says, Ninetail got abs. He does. I wish I had abs like that. No matter how much I work my core when I go to the gym, I can get like the top 2 abs, but there's like 6 in a 6-pack. The other 4 aren't pulling their weight. Like literally, because it's weight training at the gym, and they're somehow not pulling their weight because they're just like the Kansas plains, the Great Plains. They're just it's just flat lack of definition. But if he did admit to such nonsense, hold it. You'd be arrested. What? You'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Oh, yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss it would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It is a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this. Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you and that vexing visage of yours, then...
Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony anyhow, suffice to say. Should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat. And Judge, he just called it a threat. Judge, where are you? He called it a threat. Judge! I will expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now. Hopefully one of these will like get an extra statement added to it. And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Tenmataro? Oh, no, is it back?
Lol Judge is off reading fan fiction.
You know, I approve of that headcanon, but Clam, we gotta figure out what fan fiction Judge is reading right now. Do we need to do a poll? Do we need to have nominations and then we can vote on what fanfic he's reading? I want to know this. I need to know this. Clam, thank you for the 10 bits. So if people have ideas, Put them in the chat. Quick Katie's, oh, I read that. Clam said, didn't Ariana Grande break up SpongeBob from his wife recently? Wait, what? I heard some story about some musician that there was like a couple in the audience who had been together like 7 years, and the woman got up on stage, started making out with the musician, and like broke up her relationship. But was Ariana Grande break up SpongeBob from his wait, SpongeBob's wife? Like Tom Kenny or the actual character? Because I think early episode SpongeBob kind of had a crush on Sandy, but they seem to have abandoned that. Is he married? Quick Katie said, the Beanix? Whoa! Xavier said, put it on the bucket list. Garfield said, speaking of movies, I recently got Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit on Blu-ray. I love Wallace and Gromit. Except the voice actor of Wallace died, and so they've had to recast him in any like recent stuff they've done. I saw a really creepy British show where they did a parody of Wallace and Gromit. In fact, I don't know if it was even actually a parody. I think it might have just been a shot-for-shot remake of Part of the Wrong Trousers, but with people dressed as Wallace and Gromit with like big latex makeup to look like the characters. It is horrifying. Again, I apologize that my YouTube homepage is apparently just terrible stuff, but look it up if you dare. Quick Katie said, I want Paul's bracelet someday. It's so pretty. And it gives you a superpower. Somebody says, ad quote, doesn't it become funnier if all the children die? I believe I said most of the children, or did I say all of them? I'm not sure. Exterminator says, quote number 7, always go the opposite direction of what a UFO tells you. Danganronpa Ultra, another episode, Ultra Despair, Girls, August 14th, 2021. Hori said, I fully believe a story becomes funnier if Wonka had kids die, and like no one really cares. Yes! Thank you, Jorge. This is why you, me, and Crystal are on the same Power Rangers team. We just need 2 more people. Form our Megazord. Quick Katie said, the way that for a split second I thought that was Raincoat, not Danganronpa. It's all the same, basically. Exterminator says, dun dun dun! Weedle said, I still have not. Ah. Well, I hope things are going well with inventory, Weedle. Quick Katie said, posted the cursed Mr. Hat concepts on the Discord. This man had 3 pages of it? I gotta check these out after the stream. I gotta see these after the stream. Okay, I am so thirsty. I need some water. Hang on. And that is now empty. All right. Alderman QB told me about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenmataro. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Let me guess, it's gonna turn out that like anciently the Nine-Tailed Fox was the bad guy and Tenmataro was the good guy or something like that. There's gonna be some like switcheroo. Because of the alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much, he shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the alderman in addition to the mayor? I mean, maybe when we found the blackmail letter on the mayor's body, it wasn't the one stolen out of the briefcase of, was it stolen out of the briefcase? Of the mayor like we thought. Maybe it was an additional. Maybe that the reason why he just said your beloved instead of your daughter was because it was just a form letter, like a generic threatening blackmail letter that he just sends to everybody, an all-purpose threat. Don't tell me that's how we learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenmataro. And that would bring ruin upon Nine-Tails Vale, just as the superstitions say. Hold it! Come on, you gotta give us some extra stuff, otherwise I don't know what our evidence is gonna contradict here. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And okay, so that's a clue. That's a clue. That what the superstitions were for was to prevent people from knowing what he looks like, because it's bad to know what he looks like. And ruin coming to the village if you free him. Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Oh, bingo! And the truth is, Tenmataro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Nine-Tails Vale is all about. Tenmataro is a great fortune? Come to think of it. Only that it's the greatest get-rich chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. Could Tenmataro actually be? Okay, hang on. I gotta save. Save. Save it. Okay, so, Mayor Tenma, or no, the Forbidden Chamber treasure. Oh. Telling the villagers that Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure with it. So is it to like hoard the treasure for the alderman's self? See, Queen Katie says to anonymous gifter, aw, dang, thank you. Clam says, hey. And Tiff says, hey. Queen Katie said, imagine Damien, but a furry. Well, I mean, he has a fursona. I think we had a debate about this when we first saw the Amazing Ninetales, and I think the decision was that counts as a fursona. So technically, Queen Katie. Also, I love how even the fox mask looks sad on him. Oh, it does? I didn't even notice that. Queen Katie said, we're getting somewhere, heck yeah. Gonna grab Oreo drumstick and watch Logan purge LaBelle's face. Oh, wait, we're gonna purge the crap out of him. Tiff said, we may get to meet my favorite character in this game tonight, possibly, if we get to the next chapter. Queen Katie said, for the next case, same. I am now realizing that I had the wrong fave case, lol. It is the next one. I only love this one for Jinxie and the Ninetales twist. Queen Katie said, oh, I have a purple star. That is amazing and perfect. Oh, for the, for being a subscriber, 1 month subscriber. I need to get better badges for people though. Bill said, yeah, they gave an SMT5 a director's cut in the same vein as Nocturne Maniacs, not the Persona re-releases though. And they're giving you a choice at the start between the original route, now known as Canon of Creation, and a new route known as Canon of Vengeance. Oh, that sounds interesting. Tiff says, time check, 1:55-ish. Okay, so I got 2:25, so I am a half hour behind. Queen Katie said almost the 2 hour mark. Amazing, yeah, so once again, if anybody has raid suggestions, let me know and I'll try and get caught up more. Let's see. Oh, Tiff with the hydrate command. I gotta open a new bottle of water in order to hydrate. Thank you very much, Tiff. I'll do that. Oh, and Garfield with a clip. Wait, it says, if you're wondering who the one Byron is, here's a clip of him playing Mario Superstars. Okay, I will copy this over into a text file to check out later. Because we generally we pop up this channel streams our clips on the clip viewer, but thank you very much. I will check that out later. Tiff said he got bored. The green. I'm just imagining that means that in this universe, after he was on the stand, he went back in the gallery because he was listening in order to be able to shout, hold it, interrupt. And in the gallery of the courtroom, in the trial, he's coloring his hair. He's applying his color, like that. That is what happened. And I see a clip from Queen Katie. We'll check that out in a minute. Let's just play a little bit more, and then I'll be back to that clip in a moment. Is what scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Oh. Well. It seems our ace attorney. Oh crap, the credits are rolling. I said the name of the game in the game. Here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Wait, but we saw Filch's grandpappy's thing that has already been stolen, right? Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? Well, let's just kill him. Problem solved. Let's kill him. Ha! Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony. Ah, here we go. So now we got some evidence. This is obviously going to be what we're going to present evidence against. Tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as Tenmataro exists. Okay, let's press that and then we'll save before we present. We'll figure out what evidence contradicts that. So in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there were no Tenmataro? Yes, I suppose so, but that's wishful. Excuse me, I need to take this. Moshi, this is LaBelle, yes. Oh, you don't say. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? How's the mayor supposed to admit to his secret identity now? Well, we have to find a way to make him say it, or our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in Mr. LaBelle's testimony somewhere. Okay, so let's go back to that statement. It's the final one. And then we're gonna save, and we're gonna review our evidence. We're gonna figure out what piece of evidence somehow contradicts this. That it's as long as Tenmataro tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as Tenmataro exists. So let's see, we got our attorney's badge, we got the scroll, sole document showing what Tenmataro looks like. It seems those who foolishly choose to pick the demon are cursed. Okay. Let's see, we got the newspaper clipping showing it flying through the air. That's just the costume being tossed out the window. We got the crime scene diagram. We got the foyer diagram. We got the statue, token of goodwill, made in secret. Jinxie only one who knows what it original looks like. We got the 2 pages just showing that. The statue had traces of blood from the defendant Damien Tenma on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth in which the defendant's blood was also found. No fingerprints could be lifted from the cloth. So that isn't it. Photo of the Fox chamber. There are bloody footprints, black feathers scattered on top of the blood. Okay. The Ninetales Fox mask. A mask found washed up by the riverside. Might have been the crime scene. White hair inside. Amazing Ninetales. Photo of the hero sparked the monster craze. Saved the Ninetales Vale from becoming a ghost town. Okay. And we got Jinxie's statement. After leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other at the bend in the hallway as he made for the foyer, talking about Tenma Taro. He was carrying a staff-like implement that jingled. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. Okay, and then we got the autopsy report. Cause of death, stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. The victim had been in a drug-induced slumber. Key of the chamber. The key of the mayor took from the killer and swallowed. There's only one of its kind. Hair color that washes out with water. It's Fleurlet LaBelle's own brand and isn't available in the general public. An item that was recently dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. Bears Je suis LaBelle logo. And this figure discovered inside Tenma Taro's statue. Apparently some certain thief leaves the scene. Okay, so I'm guessing it's got to be this. That this means that whatever the treasure is gone because this is already here. I think we saved, but let's save one more time just in case, because I am not certain of this at all. And so we're gonna present this little statue dude. Actually, let's check out the clip that's in the chat first. I want to see what this is. Let me load this up in the clip viewer. The Queen Katie made a clip from something earlier titled, it's titled, Judgy. So let's see what this clip is, and then we'll present the evidence. Give me a chance to think if I second guess myself. This man right here is openly threatening and blackmailing our witness to lie on the stand. Judge, you gonna do something about it? Are we allowing this? It's not even a veiled threat. He said he will do this. He is threatening our witness. Judge, please. Narrator voice says the judge did. Oh, I thought it paused it. Thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate it. Let's see. And Tis already read that. Exist. How you don't exist? Said if the purge was real, then I think we'd at first be seeing a lot of theft and vandalism. Like, yes, that would be the most. We'd be seeing a ton of that right away. England said, I feel like the chat talks about crime a lot. Like we always circle back to it. Well, it's because we're doing a lot of murder mysteries, and it's like catching people with crimes. We'd have said still work probably until 2-ish. Ooh. Garfield said Tiff reminds me of Tiff Ebram from the Kirby anime. I've never actually watched a full episode of that either. I am curious to know more about King DDD because I saw a meme once that was saying he was actually a good king. Quickady said, this is the same chat that kept choosing violence during BG3 streams, lol. Said, LaBelle, just go down already, sir. Weedle said, can I have a notification when I go live? We need to add that. It's for you and for some other people. I just need to get around to it. So thank you for the reminder. Garfield said, Lavelle's voice impression sounds kind of like Victor Quartermain. Where have I heard that voice? That name. I'm gonna look that up. Victor Quartermain. Who is that? Oh, from Wallace and Gromit. Okay, cool. It's been a while since I've seen it. I do love Wallace and Gromit, but it's been a while since I've seen that movie. Kuster says, if SpongeBob's set underwater, then how do beaches exist? Yeah, it's the other thing, like beaches and swimming pools. I just assume there's some other liquid that was spilled underneath there that is like heavier, like maybe oil. I don't know, something that like is settled and is lower than the water, like heavier. Quick Katie said the SpongeBob episode you were talking about was because they borrowed a balloon, it popped, and they exiled them out of the city. Okay, that's what it was. Exist says, yeah, those both real episodes, so my memory wasn't failing me. Quick Katie said, yeah, real episodes, also peak episodes. I love them. Exist says, ping stands for Portable Network Graphics. We're talking about photo extensions. I'm still gonna say ping, but I'm glad that I should really hit that G on ping G to emphasize graphics, not giraffics. Hey, Brian says, why does it look like whenever LaBelle grabs his flower, it looks like he's cupping his pectoral? Because he is. He is. I mean, I think we were joking that it was like his nipple or something. But it's what is the pectoral but the nipples of the muscle world? Exist says, yeah, Steven Hillenberg passed away in 2018. It's sad. Quikata said, I almost had an actual spit take. I was drinking water when I read that. Okay, let's play a little more, but welcome, Brian. How are you doing? We got to get this guy. We got to get this. So I'm going to try. This is the closest thing I can think of as to evidence here. We did just save, so we can save scum. Let's try this.
Objection!
Yes! Sound went out, so we were right. Mr. LaBelle, what if Temataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Temataro no longer existed? Oh, what on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Temataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Oh, no, sorry, but I have proof that Temataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that the Temataro has been stolen? Yup. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less? No! My beautiful golden Tenmataro was! The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetail's Vale. Ha! Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma?
The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenmataro, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone.
The gold ingot? Oh, you mean the treasure? Temataro's true. I thought ingot was like you mispronounced it. Idiot, like idiot or something. I'm not smart.
Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber.
Actually, I'm going to read a couple more comments because I'm still so far behind in the chat. Exist says, I think so many of these things end up flying in court because the judge has 2 brain cells and it's rare they're both working. I know, I do love the judge, but that is correct. I loved it in Edgeworth Investigations. There was a one time where we talked to the judge, and I think he had this thing. He's like, what? I was almost wrong about something. And it like shattered his whole world. Quick Kid said, judgy right now. Whoa, these fancy things called earbuds sure are nice. I'll have to thank Maya for this later. Garfield says, Sonic fanfiction. There's 1 vote. Quick Kid said, Phoenix Edgeworth ships perhaps. Okay, that's another one. Exist says, Ariana Grande started dating Ethan Slater, the guy who originally, SpongeBob and the Broadway musical, breaking him and his wife up? Wait, she dated him while he was married? That's not a good thing to do. Is Ariana Grande a monster? They were working on the Wicked movie together, I think. I think she also had someone she was dating / broke up with for him. By the way, okay, I've never seen Wicked, the musical. I saw the trailer for it when I went to go see Godzilla -1. I'm gonna be honest, I was not impressed with that trailer. Am I the only one? Is everybody else like really excited for this? And Eglin with a hydrate command. I'll do it. I know this. Eglin. It means Sippy and Stritch. So I'll do it. Thank you very much, Eglin. And Eglin even says Sippy and Stretch. Thank you. I'll do that. I'm gonna do like a twisty stretch. Oh, did you hear that pop in my back? Oh, that felt so good. And Eglin do command quote number 64. I feel like real babies would be weak against ice. We're gonna ice the baby. Persona 3 Reload, February 21st, 2024. Quick says, oh, it's a new one, nice. Or as an alt quote, ice, ice baby. Ray says, quote number 45. Poop before you see sharks. Persona 5 Royal, June 2nd, 2023. That is true. That knowledge, I mean, it could save your life one day. Quick said, I don't know anything about that song, by the way. Wait, which song? Ray, I'm so far behind. Ray says, I think that's why he made the joke. Clem says, the judge is Def's reading romantic fan fiction because he's lonely and hopeless romantic. Oh, it's definitely shipping fan fiction. We just gotta know between whom, huh?
I'm a big musical theater fan, trust me. After the new Mean Girls movie, I'm not excited for Wicked, and like I wasn't super for Wicked before, but now I'm not gonna watch it at all.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep revealing all the things I haven't seen. I have never seen the original Mean Girls. I know I should. I know it's a classic, but I've just never seen it. But I've heard so many people crapping on the new one, and I stumbled upon some TikToks where people were playing audio of like the stage musical of Mean Girls next to the new movie musical of Mean Girls. And yeah, it sounds like stage music. It's a musical and so much energy. And then the movie, and there's just, everything is just flat and listless and blah. So I don't know if that's the main complaint, but that's my only response to it because I haven't seen it. But yeah, I think it was just because like, I don't know who it is that's playing, what's her name? Elsaba or something like that? The Wicked Witch, you know? She just didn't have that pizzazz that I want from a protagonist. But it's just the trailer. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I will be wrong. It's kind of like how that the Netflix adaptations of like Death Note and Cowboy Bebop made everybody like dreading the One Piece adaptation. But then it came out and everybody ended up loving it. And they're like, oh no, the One Piece adaptation is great. So maybe it'll be like that type of thing. But thank you very much, Jorge, for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I don't know. A couple more comments and we will get back in the game. I promise we will get back into the game because we got to be so close to finishing this trial. We got to finish this trial tonight. Let's see. And Ray says he is reading Phoenix and Edgeworth smut. Definitely. Exist says, I was just about to say that. They're both known figures in the world by now. There's got to be some in-universe right-worth fic at this point. Gotta. Am I weird for this? I feel like if I ever became like somehow mega famous and was like a household name, like super well-known celebrity, if people wrote fan fiction about me hooking up with people, even if it's like people I obviously never would hook up with, like, for example, like I'm straight, even if there's other guys or whatever, guys, girls, whatever, like just slash fiction about, I would be so freaking flattered. I think that's kind of amazing. Exist says, I was just about to say that. I already read that. Clem said, well, I feel like you wouldn't read this smut, but it's definitely filled with double entendres and that he doesn't get till later. Ray says, like how there's fanfic of IRL. People see. Jorge says, oh yeah, I've been grinding the side order DLC. Figured out how to repeatedly climb the tower. I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome. I'm sure Eglin knows what that means. Eglin said, liking it so far. Brian says, I feel like he's going to read anything. It should have pictures in it. Well, then it's no longer smut. It's pornography. Ray says, I want it so bad. Oh, we got someone new in the chat. Cubic Stonks. I don't know if you're here because I'm like a half hour behind the chat. You probably left because I didn't respond to you. But if you're somehow here, welcome. You say, so is an evil spirit in the big safe room? Kinda. I mean, we have established in universe that not only do ghosts exist in the Ace Attorney universe, but they are apparently the testimony of ghosts as ghosts is admissible in court, as we learned in the whole Dahlia Hawthorne trial. But Cubic Stonks, I want to let every new person know, if you are still here, if you can somehow hear me, if you're lurking, if you're still in the chat, two things. I do read every comment in chat. I just sometimes get way behind. I'm about a half hour behind right now. I apologize. So as you can see, I do read it. And the other thing, to let you know our schedule, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And Crystal, if you're here, I updated next week's schedule ahead of time because you've been giving me a hard time on Sundays. It's not updated until Tuesdays. I forgot to update this entire past week, but the schedule command is updated for next week now. So yeah, there's that Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Cubic Stonks. We're alternating between this right now and Persona 3 Reload, both fun games. So welcome. And Jorge says to Eglin, I cleared out the roller and soon Octobrush collecting the color chipness is going to be a challenge, but I'll do it. And Eglin said, do you see why I think the final boss is so unserious in every successful run after this? Where it says to Eglin, for real, no spoilers, but I know. Eglin said, I love the final boss so much just for that. Garfield says, speaking of Ace Attorney investigations, there's an HD translation of Ace Attorney's Investigations 2 out there on YouTube. Yeah, I've heard that there's a fan translation. The problem is that, like, I would love to stream it, but I know it's not through proper channels for that type of thing. I just keep hoping that maybe they'll do, like, I was hoping that it would be included in the Apollo Justice trilogy, that they would pop those two games in there. But sadly, no. Quick Katie said, what did I just read? Oh, the Ariana Grande thing. And Exist says, oh yeah, the Wicked movie worries me as someone who is a giant fan of the musical. See, I'm not. I've heard the song Defying Gravity, and that's about it. And Clam said, I don't know, it does suck when you're married and someone starts dating your spouse. Sounds like that would suck, yeah. I guess we shouldn't talk about that in front of Clam. Yeah. Okay. Alright, back into the game.
Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro is the yellowish object shown there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So because we saw that the yellow thing was brought and he came. Oh, it was like a huge lump of gold. I thought it was a snowball with urine in it, but apparently it was gold. And so Tenmataro must be like the demon of greed and avarice that came out of that because everybody wanted the gold.
A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetails Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetails Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus it was that the yokai Tenmataro came to be.
So Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away.
Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things.
Yes, indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold and lust for boobies. Like the one I'm imagining I'm squeezing right now. Listen to it. I assume that is the sound they make, like a bicycle horn, you know? Except quieter. Get out of my way, I'm squeaking my boobie at you.
Well, you know what they say, the love of money is the root of all evil.
My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetails Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Ha! Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetails Vale in a merger.
Oh my! That was quite a shocking lesson in history. I wasn't paying attention. I was reading my Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth / fiction back here. Ooh, it was steamy. Yes, there are pictures. Most of them I drew in the margins. Oh, their hands are so big. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetails, aren't you? No, don't do it. Please? No, please don't. Don't, just as a favor to the man who's threatening and blackmailing you? Please?
Be gone, you demented demon.
Now where was I? Now he's back to being Damien Tenma, yay.
The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetails, is indeed me. Ha 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 ha! Oh, ha ha ha!
He's laughing. Ha 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 ha! My voice hurts too much for laughing like that. And that means Jinxie!
Yes, I am still here.
The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber, was he wearing the amazing Ninetails mask?
Uh-huh, that's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman Cubie that day, so...
He does look kind of sad in this picture anyway.
So it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it?
It was Florent's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the alderman.
Yeesh! Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme. I want to make a Rube Goldberg machine one day. I don't think I'll ever get it to work, but that seems like that'd be fun.
You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through, so we're doing it!
We're like 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. We're gonna finish this trial. We might, okay, here's a question I need to know. If we finish this trial like right around the 3-hour mark, do we want to watch the intro cutscene for the next trial tonight? Or do we want to wait until the next stream to react to it fresh at the beginning of the stream? Please let me know what you guys think. I gotta have another sip of water and read a few more comments in the chat. Let's see. Quick Kitty said, Twitch, don't you dare buffer on me now! You sound like someone who's like dying and you're trying to resuscitate the person. Beowulf said, honestly, the only movie I'm looking forward to is Wicked, but I'm worried about it being in 2 parts. It's gonna be in 2 parts? Who do we blame for that? Was it the Deathly Hallows? What was the first movie that really popularized the splitting up into parts thing? Eggman with quote command quote number 14. If I see a hole, I want to go into it. Little Nightmares 2, October 23rd, 2021. Exist says, there unfortunately seems to be a trend starting so far of unsatisfying musicals for the silver screen. It happened with Mean Girls, and no one on either side of the fan base for Mean Girls was happy. The original Mean Girls movie is decent, but I'm obsessed with the musical. The new movie is so disappointing, especially compared to the musical soundtrack. And where it says stage musical greater than movie musical. Exist says Cynthia Erivo, is that how I say it? Is playing Elphaba. I actually don't know who that is. And it was just from the trailer, I wasn't getting that pizzazz from her. Brian says, sorry, did I mishear Logan, or did he say Elsaba? Oh, it was Elphaba? I don't know the name. I've never seen Wicked. I don't know if you realize this. In The Wizard of Oz, her name was just the Wicked Witch of the West. She, as far as I'm aware, didn't have a real name. At least in that, maybe in the book, I don't know. Jorge says to exist, Revenge Party is my fave track from Mean Girls. You know what? It's surprising. Have you guys heard any of the songs? I may have mentioned this on chat before. The songs from the Death Note musical. It sounds like it should be awful, but there's one song in there that's actually really killer. Let's see. Exist says, I recently performed in Mean Girls with my local theater company. Was a blast. Horace said, oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give to be in Mean Girls. I've always been aiming for Damien. Ray says, I thought that would be going in the other way. Exist says, lol, yeah, there aren't public figures out there who find it funny or flattering that fic or smut written about them. Cookster says, he's fine if someone ships him in a fan fiction because that's the only way he can have a truly loving relationship. True, but painful, Cookster. Oh, and Queen Katie with a raid suggestion. Hang on, let me copy this over into my text file, because once we get through with this trial, we will be doing a raid. We've got to get through to the end of this trial tonight. We've got to. But let me just make sure that I copy this down. Thank you very much for the raid suggestion of Metal Snowman 3. Queen Katie, I appreciate that. Garfield said, I've done some research and it's perfectly legal to emulate games. You won't have any legal trouble using an emulator. An emulator, but they need ROMs for them, and ROMs are not legal, Garfield. And also, we should not be offering any legal advice here in the chat as well. Legal advice, medical advice, none of that. Never, never, never accept it from chat. Preferably don't offer it either. Exist says, but yeah, Ariana has been doubling down on her choices and running with the image it gives her. As far as I know, her newest releases have been themed around everything going on. Ariana Grande is a very talented singer. I was also surprised. I've seen some clips from her on Saturday Night Live, even though I don't really watch Saturday Night Live. I've seen some clips. She actually seems like a very funny, talented person too in that regard. I think there are some things I don't like. I remember a couple of years ago around Christmas time, listening to Christmas music on the radio, and some Ariana Grande song came up on that was like a new, I think it was her, so maybe I'm wrong. But it was a Christmas song, which basically was like, oh, Santa, baby, tell me if he really loves me, because I don't know if I want to give it all up to him on Christmas if he's not going to stick around. And it's like, why are you talking about, like, giving it up? Like, having, like, you're basically saying, Santa, should I have sex with this dude? Should I F this dude, Santa Claus? Send it off to the family Christmas music radio station. I don't like that. It's too much. Garfield says, it's legal in the US as established in court cases. Quick case, emulation, yes, but the ROM, not so much. You'd have to actually own it. Exist says, yeah, the emulators themselves aren't the problem. Cookster says, quote, get out of my way, I'm squeezing my boobie here, Logan. February 2024. Exist says, it's a possibly questionable ROM acquisition that leads gaming companies to want them shut down. Quick case says, yep, yes, I want to see the cutscene. It's the best. That's one vote in favor cutscene. That means it must mean I'm pretty close to catching up. Exist says, the first comes to mind is Deathly Hallows, yeah. Garfield says, and modding ROMs is perfectly legal, but you might need to obtain the ROM first by obtaining legal cartridge, dumping yourself, or buying the digital copy, or extracting the ROM. Quickady said, I doubt we'd actually do the breakdown this stream. If we do, big yes to the intro. The next case, well, we'll see if we get there. Again, that's one vote for it, and exists. Thank you for saying Deathly Hallows, because what gets me is when they do stuff like The Hobbit, because didn't they break that up into multiple movies? And The Hobbit is a lot shorter than the Lord of the Rings books. I understand, never actually read those. I feel like I just keep saying over and over again, all the movies and music and books I have not experienced. It makes me sad. Quick 80 said nods, which is why Logan can't do this. He doesn't have the actual AAI 2 game, I assume. Exactly. Exist says, oh yeah, I've heard the Death Note musical is awesome. I want it to be awesome. I don't know if it is, but that one song is. Wow, and I'm like 3 comments away from catching up the chat, so let's play some more in the game. I can't believe I came so close. I got almost a half hour caught up in so quickly. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monstrous deception is through. Caw! Ha! The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Maya Tenma did not kill Alderman QB, but Florent LaBelle did! How dare you, peasant! Oh no! Wow, my voice is cracking. I cannot scream tonight.
Silence.
I'm gonna kill all you guys anyway, because I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad dude.
All right, so we get to see if he actually has, like, a sense of honor and integrity.
Justice Dono, you should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground?
Huh? What's this guy want now?
Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you have only blind guesses, a dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake.
He has you there, Mr. Justice. I've seen you try to cut cake. It was very sad. You just kind of smushed the whole thing. You were using the dull end of the blade. You smushed my birthday cake in the break room. After all, evidence is everything in court of law. But they're right. Let's see some evidence. Let's save before we do this because I have no idea what our evidence is gonna be. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. You're admitting it. Oh.
This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword, you will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now present your conclusive evidence. Or don't you have any?
Oh, crud! Do I have anything conclusive? Well, let's check. Let's check the court record. Sole document showing what Temitara looked like. Can we see, like, the gold in here? Oh, no, but we gotta prove... What is it that we have to prove? We have to prove that Damien Tenma is the nine-tailed fox? Or do we have to prove that Florent LaBelle did it? I feel like we don't have evidence. If I say no, do we get a bad ending? I mean, we could show the hand cream that was in there, but we established that was just left by Phineas Filch. Oh, maybe the hair color, because I was given just evidence. Thank you, Toilet Duck, and I will save again. Even I did just save, but I'll save again. Maybe if we check what color this hair color is, it'll match the hair in the mask, and so this combined with the mask somehow. I don't know. I'm gonna save, and we're just take a guess. We're just gonna take a guess. I mean, it's probably the last thing, so I guess it's okay if we take some hit point damage. But I'd like to get through a trial unscathed one of these days. Of course I do. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. You do? Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need too. I'm gonna finally prove Maya Tenma innocent. Here comes justice! Ow, I'm in his brain. What is happening? We're not gonna have to draw manga like in Danganronpa, are we? Let's review the facts. The most darning evidence against the Maya was the crime scene itself. The Maya and victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the amazing Ninetails. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. With the baba, huh?
Is he doing a psyche taxi?
He is. He's like, all right, now we got to run over these hookers. Oh, yeah, I'm glad Shuichi left me some hookers. Shuichi is retired from vehicular manslaughter of the prostitute variety. That's what it looked like. I didn't expect to go inside of his brain, but thank you very much, Clam, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. The Amazing Ninetales is really Maya Damien Tenma. That's why his daughter Jinxie saw the amazing, when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime, but he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? Okay, what exactly does the hand cream say? I didn't expect the hand cream to be shown. An item that was recently dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. It bears the Je suis LaBelle logo. No, it's gonna be the Amazing Ninetales mask. A clue inside the mask. It's gonna be the white hair. Oh, I know. So this is like a whole new game mechanic here. Oh, I know. The Amazing Ninetales mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clue does that mask hold? White hair. White hair inside the mask. And what about that hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? It belongs to Florent LaBelle. It's probably gonna be that all the hair colors he has, they're all like different colors, but they're all fake because it's just like a spray-on washout. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna douse him in water and see if his hair is white instead of doing a DNA test. Florent LaBelle. This is so dramatic. The white hair is LaBelle's. All right, the hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes, now that's what I call conclusive evidence. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Uh-huh. Oh, of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? Oh, it's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Kilby. Yes, but the Amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Maya Tenma, so... that is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? Huh? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
Silence.
Oh, we don't need to douse him with water. It's because it fell in the river. And his hair color washes off. And that's why it's white, because he's dyed it so many times. His hair is naturally white now. The river washed the color off. Oh, we got it. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Brian says, Elphaba is named after the author of Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum. LFB Elphaba. Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of neat. I did know L. Frank Baum. I didn't know that's where it came from. Exist says, I don't offer this as advice in the slightest, but as long as you've legally dumped your purchase game, then you're good. The issue comes to the fact that if you're showcasing the ROM, there's no way to tell if it's legal or illegal, hence why I don't call this advice. And I also just am assuming that they probably discourage at least using ROMs and things like that on Twitch for that very reason. Crystal with quote command quote number 28 says, stop eating pickles from strangers. Didn't they teach you that in school? Logan to a teenage character in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, November 24th, 2021. Exist says, cutscene sounds good if time allows. Well, we are past the 3-hour mark, but if you guys don't mind sticking around, I mean, because it's only gonna be like a minute long, right? We'll see how long it takes to get to there. Quick Kitty said, I will say though, the intro for the next case is honestly the most out of context thing to a case ever. And we had this case, and we had this case. The one that tops it is literally in the next game? Now I really want to see it. Cookster says, why do you give Blackwell the generic Tumblr sexy man voice? Cookster, I don't know if you realize, but if you look at it, this man is a generic Tumblr sexy man. I just thought that he'd have a whispery voice because he looks so dramatic. But yeah, he's totally Tumblr sexy man. He is like, imagine if the Onceler liked black instead of green and had longer hair. That's all he is. Exist says, because it's funny. Cookster says, can't argue with that. Oh, and we got some more raid suggestions from Crystal. Let me copy these over into, oh crap, I tried to copy it over and messed up. I gotta copy these over in my text file as well. Hang on. I am not good at things. You would think I'd be good at things. but you would be wrong. I am so not good at things. But Crystal, thank you very much for the raid suggestions. We will be checking these out in just a few minutes. And Crystal with quote number 43, nobody told me I was going to have to guide babies through bear traps, Bramble the Mountain King, May 3rd, 2023. And quote number 11, let's save Princess Byakuya and his nipples. Spoiler, we later found out that Princess Byakuya did not have any nipples. Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Spare Girls, August 20th, 2021. Exist says, I think Blackwell might qualify for a Tumblr Sexy Man, actually. See, I am not mistaken. I know what the ladies like because I know it's the opposite of me. Clam says, Ultra Spare Girls is so unhinged. Oh, it was. Cookster says, toothpaste is for singular tooths. You need teeth paste to do anything major. Well, that's if you're pasting your teeth, I think. Queen Katie said, best part of the games. I love the brain drive. Garfield said, revisualization. Cookster says, Danganronpa type beat. It did feel kind of Danganronpa. It's like every time we would go inside of like Shuichi or Makoto or Hajime or whoever's heads and do like a mini game or something like that. So I agree. Let me read 1 or 2 more comments. We'll go back in the game. Oh, crap. It just scrolled there. Cookster says, you never truly retired from vehicular manslaughter or of the prostitution, right? That's right. You go on a vacation from it, I suppose. Garfield said, you won't lose any hit points while in the revisualization section. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. Cookster says, time to pull Godot and throw your drink at the opponent. Why can we not do that? Why aren't we allowed to do that every single time? All right, let's play a little bit more here. We got to be close to the end here.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection!
Oh, but you gotta read the label on his hair care product. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, it's you who has made a fatal error.
What? Did you just say no you to me? No one's ever done that. Well, I'm rubber and you're glue. Your no you bounces off me and sticks to you. Crap to say no you. That goes back to me.
Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind, Oh, this last piece of evidence will solve all the remaining riddles. It's gonna be this. Hair dye is right there, washes out with water. Present! Take that! Oh, that's... All right, and you're the one who gave it to Athena. It's your fault, bro. What is that? Hair color? What is hair? Is that like my beard? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside it.
What's this? Are you saying that preening peacock's hair is...
That's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose. Oh! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving that you're the real killer. I mean, to be fair, more conclusive would be to run a DNA test, which we probably should. There we go. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Ha! Admit it! Florent LaBelle! You are the one who killed Alderman Rex Q. Oh, look at the 3D! 3DS! Whoa, look at what Nintendo has the power to do without 3D glasses! Whoa! Bow, 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 bow. You! Peasant! How dare you! You profane my beauty! I'm going to exterminate you like I did the Alderman! Oh, I shouldn't have said that I did that to the Alderman! No! My makeup! I hope he looks like a skeleton under the makeup. Please look like a skull. Please look like a skull. Oh, he just looks like a normal dude. In other words, ugly. No, I'm kidding. And his hair's white! Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off? This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out? Oh, LaBelle speaking. I'm fired?
You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Why are these things coincidentally happening right now? It doesn't make sense. What is the motivation for them to do these things? It seems thematically appropriate,
TTS
but
dang, this guy is an old man.
he's middle-aged. He's not as old as Judge Udgy. But you know what it probably is? I'd assume like all the makeup is prematurely aged him. Yeah, how old is he? Let's check the court record real quick. How old is he? He's 33? That's how he looks at 33? And thank you very much to the TTS. I appreciate that, Crystal.
hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's the stratospheric charge damages claimed against me. $100 million? I'm finished, washed up. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Oh, and I'm also going away for murder, probably execution. That too. Well, we got his breakdown.
This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated.
I said something just flew into my eye just now. Order in the court. We did it. Yay, we did it. We did it. But there's still more here. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head. Oh, what's that? Quiche, raid with a party of 8. Welcome, Quiche. Okay, hang on. First thing I gotta do a shout out for Quiche here. For anyone who hasn't already followed her, she is a fantastic streamer, a VTuber.
The things that I fear
right there.
most, they have 6 legs and a needle coming out of the nose.
What the
Mosquitoes.
fuck?
Mosquitoes.
Could you guess what it is?
Mosquitoes.
Oh.
Mosquitoes?
It's a mosquito, you silly goose. It comes out of the nose.
Yeah, you silly goose. You silly goose. You are the silliest. Why am I coming in so hot today? I don't know. I didn't get much sleep last night. Welcome, Quiche. Welcome, Raiders. For anyone who's here with the raid, my name is Logan. Hi. Welcome. We are currently alternating streaming between this, Ace Attorney 5, Dual Destinies. Wow, I got something in my eye earlier. And Persona 3 Reload. I do read every comment in chat. I'm just sometimes way behind. Let me scroll down to where the raid happened. And then I can say hi to the Raiders. They'll scroll back up to where I was. I was so close to catching up, but I'm still a little bit behind in the chat. There we go. Where Crystal says, oh, welcome Raiders. Queen Katie says, hey Raiders. See, oh, you were playing Genshin Impact. Oh, because Queen Katie was playing it. There's like that new expansion still, right? Keish says, yo ho. Cooksha says, Logan is like a really unfortunate Peter Pan. I'll take that. Wow, what is that in my eye? There is something in my eye that I cannot get out. I'll take that. I've played a Peter Pan character on stage before. Cookster, oh, I read that. Joybalance. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Joybalance. It's like jubilance. Joybalance with a bunch of hearts. Hi, Joybalance. Welcome. Quiche, how was your stream? Cookster says, he looks young, but I mean, look at him. What does that mean, Cookster? Is just because like my behavior, do I behave like an old man? Quick Katie said, we just finally got a breakdown, guys. Quiche says, Garfield said, breakdown. Crystal says, silly goose. Cooksha says, silliest goose. That's right. Never forget it. Quiche, you are the silliest of all gooses. I don't know what, again, I did not sleep well last night. I don't know what I'm talking about. Brian says, 33 is not old. Ray says, Logan yelling at someone who isn't there by calling them a silly goose, then admitting his lack of sleep is funny. I hope it's funny. Key said, there are no mosquitoes in Minecraft. Lol, I was confuzzled. Well, there aren't. I can never keep track. I know they have, what are those axolotls? Didn't they add those a while ago? And there was another thing I saw on Twitter several months ago. They were having like a poll to add like a new mob of some sort. And people were upset. It's like, just give us all 3. See, Chris says, I thought Logan was in his early to mid 20s. Cooksha says, if he was truly put him in the mid to mid 30s. Key says, apparently in modded, they have them, lol, and they are terrifying. No, the worst is, have you guys played Valheim? The mosquitoes in there, unless you're like super strong with great armor, they are like 1-hit kills in Valheim. Darn it, Rukov's already in bed, so he'd be able to verify these things with me. Crystal said, laughing at Cookster. Keith says, what? I think they're called like death skeetos or something. And they're terrifying because they like zip around so fast. And you can like, how did we block them? Did we have to parry them? I think he had to like do that to stun them, to like hit them, because they have low hit points. He can kill them if you can smack them. But like they'll be on an island and they can like fly over water. We'd be like sailing along and they'll suddenly like zip out and they like kill us in our boat. Keish said those mosquitoes are buff. They are. I'd like to think, isn't there like a Pokemon that looks like an insect but with like huge muscles and things? But anyway, again, Keish, thank you so much for the raid. That is so nice of you. We are close to the end of this chapter. And so we just had a breakdown. We're going to have our denouement. The judge, I believe, is going to declare our client not guilty of murder, which is a good thing as a general rule. Siki said, yes, but I forgot the name. Ray said, Logan Worm stream went. My buddy Jimmy Mack, who I mentioned before, he was a friend who passed away, sadly, a year ago. He was always telling me I need to play Worms. Cookster says, sometimes bugs invade my room, and instead of getting the flycatcher, I just punch them. Okay, the worst that ever happened to me with a bug. Quick little story. We will get back to the game, I promise. I feel bad because there's no music on, but I got to tell you the story. The most guilty I ever felt with killing a bug, because it was on accident. I was in the bathroom. I hope this is like appropriate to mention, where I was sitting down on the toilet. That is a thing that people do sometimes in the bathroom. And a fly came in and buzzed over and landed on my leg. And I'm like, well, I want to get rid of this fly, but I don't want to kill it. So I just flicked it like that. Okay. And across from the toilet was the sink right there. And in between the sink and the wall was a little gap, maybe like a 4-inch little space, and I flicked it, and the fly went sailing right in that 4-inch space, and so it's like this deep or whatever, and it flies, and before it gets to the wall, it just goes pump, like it gets stuck in a web, and so the spider comes crawling out and grabs it, bites it, and starts like winding it up in webs. I'm like, I am so sorry, fly. I did not mean to kill you. I was just trying to shoo you away, and I got it killed, and I felt so bad. It's just a fly, though. I feel like back then I was much more like worried about insects and things like that. Okay, we gotta finish off this. Again, Keish, thank you so much for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Again, if you don't already follow her, she is a phenomenal streamer, a great vibe, just a positive bundle of wholesome energy that you just love to see. Highly recommend giving her a follow. Okay, she plays a lot of Minecraft and Genshin, so if you're into those type of games, go check. At least that's what I feel like that's what she's usually playing when I go there. Or Cult of the Lamb. Anyway, you really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Hey, wait. That was a compliment, right? I mean, does he realize I've met Phoenix Wright? I know what he's like. Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Florent LaBelle?
The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler.
Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off?
Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail.
Wait, I thought we already figured it out. Is there more that we don't know?
The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenma Taro.
Oh crap, Blackwell's giving it, so I gotta keep doing this whispery voice.
However, few were allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetails Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetails saw those plans come to a halt. Anyone who just joined us, yes, this is a town filled with pro wrestlers and mythological yokai beasts. So that is what you were seeing. And thus LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma.
I see! But what I still can't comprehend is why he would go after the gold in the first place! Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is in need of financial aid!
LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt.
You see, the fact that Blackwell's saying this makes me think he knew this from the beginning, and yet he was still trying to get Damien Tenma convicted.
Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love.
Okay, that makes sense, because we established that he had his beauty products, but he refused to let anybody buy them because he wanted to be the only one with them.
Which is why he sought the gold with such veracity.
Too bad for him. Someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I see. Well, very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma, not guilty! Yay! This looked a lot cooler on the 3DS, I bet!
I'm free.
Yay! Yay! Even Black Will is probably happy. I did good today. I deserve a judgy treat. Court is adjourned. Gavel slam. We did it! We did it! I gotta read some more in the chat though. Queen Katie said, I don't know which one I like this brain drive in, this game or the next one. So I'm gonna say this, you were so close, Logan, to be done. I know we're almost there. We gotta get to the end. I don't know if we're gonna have time to watch the cutscene. We try. When we get there, we'll see how many people are still here and maybe we'll watch the cutscene for the next one. Queen Katie said, I looked up the guide. It's nearly close. Exist says, I mean, I've seen people directly admitting they're using ROMs on Citra and nothing's happened. So I don't know if they're actually hunting things down. But from general legal standpoint, because dicey. Agreed.
Proud of you, sport, but not as proud as I am of Brian.
Why is Brian? Why did he get to be more proud of Brian? What would Brian do? Just because he could do a Winnie the Pooh voice and an Ian McClone voice? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Clam. I appreciate it. Let's see. Garfield says, I have a raid suggestion. Okay, let me copy this one down. So we're gonna have like a whole bunch of raid suggestions to choose from in just a minute. So thank you very much. And I'll be checking out which one of our raid suggestions after we do that cutscene. We'll, our usual stuff. We try to check to see who has fewest number of viewers, who we haven't rated, who is not on followers only, stuff like that. April 19th, 1:23 p.m. District Court Defendant, lobby number 3. I forgot he's still in his... because I didn't change the costumes. I will change it for next time. Also, I see Queen Katie with the hydrate command. Thank you so much for Queen Katie. I'll do that right now. Chris with a quote command, quote number 15 is Stick's twin brother, Stock, Little Nightmares 2, October 23rd, 2021. Quote number 17. Crystal's on a cooldown for quotes. There we go. Never trust a girl, Little Nightmares 2, October 23rd, 2021. Exists as anyway, and Ariana Grande, yes, she's been doing questionable things for a while now. As someone who was a giant fan of hers as a kid before Nickelodeon ruined her life, I can't help but feel bad for her. I don't condone what she's done / is doing, but still, I blame that. What's his name? Dan Snyder? Isn't that the meme? It's like that big fat guy that was always like coming with an excuses for girls on their like tween shows to be like barefoot and in swimsuits and crap like that, and is always like squeezing the girls in too close of hugs and in pictures. I don't trust that guy. Quick Kitty said, me several streams ago, wow, thank you for this hairspray. You sure better hope we don't use this against you. Queen Katie said, yeah. Garfield said, yeah, boy. Queen Katie said, oh, my eye, Apollo, why? Kosha says, he's just old. Queen Katie says, oldie. Queen Katie said, I like to imagine Damien literally pulled off his phone and fired lapel right there during the break. Also, it was Damien Tenma on the phone. I love that. Oh, I love that. I want that headcanon to be true. Crystal said, Judge looks younger than him. I know Judge is like, dude, is Judge in our... I don't think we have Judge in here. If he did, he'd be like, his age would be listed as question mark. He's 33. Brian says, he's younger than you and me, Logan. Chris said, Logan is older. Brian says, plead the fifth. Chris says, laughing. Chris says, oh, welcome Raiders. Quick says, hey, Raiders. So yeah, there was a rating. See, Chris says, I thought Logan was in his early to mid 20s. How old do you guys think? How old do you think that Brian and I are? How old do you think Brian is? You guys have heard him doing his Winnie the Pooh. Coach says if he was truly put in the mid 20s. Chris Keish says apparently in mod. Oh, I already read that. Chris Keish says what? Those mosquitoes are. Oh, I already read all this stuff. Where'd I leave off? Keish says, Pokemon veterans, help! Cookster says, there's so many holes in the walls. Keish says, oh my! Cookster says, that fly got comboed. Ray says, Worms is so fun. I think you'd enjoy it. Worms Reloaded, the one I have, is $3.99 on Steam right now. I played a game similar to that. I played a game called Lemmings 2 one time, but I think it's like the reverse of Worms. In Lemmings 2, you're trying to guide them to safety. I think in Worms, you're trying to kill them. Garfield said, oh, and we might need a modify emote redeem for the same price as unlock an emote. Do I not have one of those?
Brian is 31 and Logan is maybe 28. I always think you're close to my age.
Thank you so much for the 10 bits, Jorge. Thank you so much. Actually, have you guys seen Brian? If we do a shout out for Brian, does he ever show up on his... Hang on. Let's do a classic Brian shout out here. So you can take a look at... There you can see him. There you can see him. Normally, not normally, a lot of the time it's just like a picture of Winnie the Pooh. I tell Brian all the time, you can't tell because the lighting's bad. In real life, he looks and sounds just like 1990s era Corey Feldman. Like look up Corey Feldman clips from the 1990s, maybe 2000, early 2000s. That is what Brian looks and sounds like. So I suspect he is actually Corey Feldman, but it's like those things, you've seen those pictures of Keanu Reeves where he doesn't age And he's like these ancient, it's Corey Feldman didn't age, and so he took on a new identity as Classic Brian. So that is what happened there. I gotta read some more in the chat, and then we will get to the end of this whole scene here. Cookster says, at least you fed the spider, I guess, but I felt so bad. Keish said, to Cookster, for real, lol. Keish says, thank you, Logan. Anytime, Keish, you deserve, like, success. I hope you're continuing to do well and your community is growing. Keish says, I'm asleep, but amazing VAing as usual. Hope you have a lovely, lovely stream. Thank you so much, Keish. Thank you for the raid. Good night, sleep well. Clam says clap. Brian says clap. Eglin says clap. Cookster with quote number 40. A flower crown is just a better onion ring. Omori. March 26, 2023. And Garfield with a hydrate command will do that right now. Thank you very much. Quick said, congrats to Logan. 2 cases down, 2 more to go. Brian says, thanks, Dad. Chris said, 200 more hours before Logan finishes it. Just about. Garfield says, oh, and for the next case, we need Phoenix Wright in his old school. Oh, thank you. So before we see the cutscene, we'll go back and we're going to do that. Thank you. Cookster says, solidly, you would not catch me dead with a sweater that was just a love heart with my first initials on. Okay. Fair. But didn't we establish that Iris Hazakure Temple or whatever it's called made this for him? She was adorable. Not Dahlia. She was awful. But if Iris made me a sweater like that had like a big L on it and a heart, I would wear it. I am a sucker like that. I would wear that. Crystal was some gambling in the schedule. Eglin said, I always thought Logan was in his early 20s. He looks 23. Ray says, Worms is where you have a team of worms, usually 4, and you have to fight the other team worms up to 14. So funny web. I thought it was a very different game than that. Exist says, Schneider, yeah, there's a lot more that comes out of him since then. That's a little heavy to get into here, but it paints a pretty grim picture of the things that went down in the shows. It's easy to tell that Grande was sadly never quite able to deal with the resulting trauma in a healthy manner. That's the thing. I've heard that there's like bad stuff he did. Like I heard for years memes about that. And then the one girl, the other girl from Sam and Cat that was not Ariana Grande, didn't she do like a tell-all book or something like that exposed a lot of the awful stuff that he did? I think so. I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff. Anyway, let's play a little bit more. Let's try and get to the end of this chapter, beginning cutscene. We'll pick a raid suggestion, but I'm so close to catching up. That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. I thought you were gonna fail. I did not believe in you, Apollo. It just got lucky, I guess. Yes, you did, Apollo. You're bad at this. You should quit. You cannot count on luck next time. Apollo, you are toying with people's lives. You banished Tenma Taro from Ninetales Vale like you were some kind of exorcist. There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman and then died from a counterattack. I mean, oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because he wanted to frame him. That is a good question. Okay, hang on, we gotta save, because I'm guessing this is gonna be one of these things where we gotta present like a piece of evidence in order to show why, because they love doing that kind of crap. That would have...
Jeanette McCurdy did a tell-all
That's her name.
after her mother's passing titled I'm Glad My Mom Is Dead, which explores the world of child acting, disordered eating, and what Nick covered up.
That is one title. My gosh, I knew that she had written a book. I didn't know that's what it was called. Well, here's the thing, to be honest, because as you know, I do acting. I've acted in plays. I do improv. I do like commercials, and even like I've done a few independent movies and things like that. I look at like my older brother, and he did a lot of acting all throughout high school. And he continues to do some stage acting every now and then, and he's a theater teacher professionally. And he tries to encourage all of his kids into acting. Every year he like sends them to summer theater school camp type of things. And I'm gonna be honest, like if I had kids, I'm an actor, I enjoy it. I would try to keep them as far away from acting as possible. I mean, like, no joke, no exaggeration. I would discourage it as much as possible. And not because, like, I hate the arts or something. You should have a trade, like a plumbing job. No, just absolutely no. But thank you so much for the Tempest Hori. Sorry if I'm bringing things down by bringing up all that type of stuff. Okay, so let's see. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment. I was wondering about that, too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the Amazing Ninetales' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the Amazing Ninetales. had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, to help with the municipal merger. But did we figure out why he wanted the municipal merger? I assumed it was just because he wanted access to the giant gold ingot? Oh, I get it. If the Amazing Ninetales was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved to be a villain, it's like Harvey Dent said in the Dark Knight. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Why so serious? Na Batman. His fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right, then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. What an insanely intricate plot. Okay, so that's why. Yeah, that is way too intricate, Athena.
A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval.
Why are you acting like Tenma Taro again?
Let this be of no concern to you. I am quite crazy. Even though I did not kill him, I have killed before and I will kill again.
How could it not concern me? Tenma Taro, be gone. Oh, maybe he was waiting for that to help feed his daughter's delusions?
Jinxie, seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you.
Papa, you're finally back.
Yes, it would seem Tenma Taro is no match for you. Ha 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 ha.
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore.
Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great?
Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Oh, she's smiling! Have we seen her smile before? That's adorable. Also, I'm gonna continue to save scum in case they pull out one of those things where it's like, you gotta present a piece of evidence in the aftermath of a trial. Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling?
This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though.
How come?
Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetales, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity.
Well, maybe he can become a popular heel. Just do a heel turn.
I don't see how I could possibly continue.
Hee, I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mentioned it, what's all that noise out there?
Oh, we're gonna have a cutscene where he walks outside and everyone's cheering for him. A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask, and to root for your return to the wrestling ring.
Rooting? For me? But I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are.
Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa.
Jinxie!
Here, I think you'll be needing this. Oh, his mask. We're gonna give him his mask. Let's save just in case it's wrong. In case it's like, no, you need your blackmail letter back or something. I think you need this mask.
Take that!
Thank you. Now, if you would excuse me.
I don't want to keep my fans waiting. Did we pick right? It didn't give us like an achievement. Hey, here we go. Put on the mask and jump off the thing. Yeah! Oh, whoa, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Oh, wait, that was under his suit? That was under his suit. He's so buff. He's doing like... Hey!
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Taro and Ninetales Vale.
Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer slash killer is behind bars, and the merger is no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales.
Such a missed opportunity that Judgy wasn't Ninetales.
Yes, I want Judgy to have a sleeper bod. I want him to, at some point during the series, to rip open his robes and just be himself ripped. Absolutely, like to an unhealthy degree, like 0% body fat. It's fascinating, but also disgusting to look at him. That's what I want. Thank you very much for the 10 minutes. Let me read a few more comments in the chat. And so I do want to check. So do we want to see the cutscene? Because we're over 3.5 hours. We've got a half-hour overtime tonight. Are you guys okay with going a little bit longer to see the cutscene for the next? We'll have to pop out briefly to. Actually, I can change the costumes next time. We'll just watch the cutscene. Where did I leave off? Let's see, Crystal says, same to Eglin. Garfield said, shall we head to the animation studio to end things off? Animation studio? Wait, what? Crystal says, I thought Logan was 22 to 25. Exist says, especially since she was practically in the spotlight at all times from the moment Victorious and Sam and Kat ended off. Cookster says, Logan's head solidly looks like a stretched out pentagon. I don't know, that's okay. Brian says, I have heard of Corey Feldman, but the one even I have seen and thought was momentarily is Daniel Bruhl. I look eerily like me? Are you Daniel Bruhl? Cookster says, Logan, you would most definitely have an L on you, clothing designer not. Fair. Brian said, Logan used to have an L on his shirt back when he was a part of the Chipmunks band, but he and Alvin had a falling out and they kicked him from the band. It's true. I didn't like that in the first live-action movie that he had a different voice actor than in the old songs and things like that, and you know, and plus they stole the idea of the squeakquel from me. That was just the word squeakquel, not the concept. I have no idea what happens in the movie. Exist says, yeah, Jeanette McCurdy came out with a memoir that talked about a surface look at the things he did in addition to the other terrible and toxic things she was dealing with in concerning her acting career. Amazing read, heavy as heck, but would recommend. Said, Iris is sweet, not gonna lie. I know the story beats her Ace Attorney games, but I haven't played them myself, and from what I know about her, I like her. No, Iris is fantastic. You are correct. Exist says, yeah, the title is I'm Glad My Mom Died. It's obviously very divisive, but once you read it, I find it perfectly understandable why she felt that was a perfect name for it. It's blunt, but I'm sure it gave her mom some modicum of closure to admit. Of course, I'm glad so many of the problems have come out now, but it's hard to look at the sitcoms that were my world as a kid the same way now. I mean, yeah, it's awful when that, well, it's the same thing with, you know, I won't go into dark stuff. I was going to reference some dark things, but yes. Queen Kate says, Smiley Jinxie. Exist says she's so cute. Queen Kate said she smiled the concept art, but forgot she did in the game. Cookster says, solidly if the mayor was a wrestler, I'd be much more interested. Exist pointing up to that. Queen Katie said, yeah, if I knew my mayor had those abs, I'd cheer him on. Queen Katie said, those abs. Exist said, same. Cookster says, mayoral thirst traps. Weedle says, I'm still working big sad. No, Weedle, but we're almost done soon. Queen Katie said, those abs, oh my gosh, I'm blushing. Cookster says, yowzas. Exist says, I'm cool seeing the cutscene. Garfield says, yup. Queen Katie said, cutscene, please. Garfield said, and to apply the old school outfit too. Garfield said, also the animation studio is located in the museum. Oh, so it's like special features in this. Ray says, Chipwrecked, the one with the boat. There we go. And with that, first time tonight, 3 hours, 35 minutes, 22 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. So let's motor forward. Let's see the cutscene, then we'll wind down. We'll pick someone to raid. Plus, The Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Veil will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said. Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. Sounds good. I've been so nervous. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo. Yeah, he will never grow if he doesn't eat. Or you might have to start looking up at me. Huh? I'm definitely past my growth. I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. I'm going to be a giant. I have a pituitary gland problem. I thought I had mentioned that, but apparently I did not. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways. Body shaming time. Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce. Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this. Calories? Ha! Just let them try to stick on me. All right, already. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. We'll meet up with Maya. She wants her burgers. No, not Eldoon's Noodles. Eldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. I thought they were, like, way too salty. I'm with Mr. Wright, let's go! I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. Well, what are we waiting for? The noodles are on me today. Seriously, I'm gonna dump it on me and I want you guys to lick them off. So I expect some serious eating from you two. Yay, thanks, boss! I won't let you down. Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Eldoon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. That's the thing, I don't know if you guys realize this, but it takes just a few tablespoons of salt. I can't remember exactly how many, but it's just a few. Just a few tablespoons of salt is a lethal dose. See, Cookster says at around 36, she'll be 8'2". That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. I was gonna say, little did I know, right? The dark age of the law seemed so distant, so irrelevant in our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking all along right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at the Themis Legal Academy. Oh, is it going to be like in Athena's past? That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. And we get the da-da-da-da-da-da noise. We finished the chapter, right? And see, Exist says, wow, Athena has a really good Apollo impression. Oh, darn, did I read her lines? Was that Athena's lines? Sorry, the Monstrous Turnabout for completion episode 2. I'm sorry, I misread that then. I thought it was Apollo. I'm sorry. Save complete. Are you guys ready? I'll change the costumes next time because we'll rewatch the cutscene at the beginning of next stream. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the cutscene? I need to hear you guys say that you're ready. I need to know that you're ready. Chat. Chat, are you ready? Chat. I don't know why I'm trying to build suspense. Let's do this. Episode 3, Turnabout Academy.
Themis Legal Academy. A prestigious high school with alumni in the highest echelons of the legal world.
Thanks, Kaito Momota. Oh! Why? I was just sitting here so peacefully. Oh. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is like... Okay, it looked like an ice pick. She stabbed. Is that a teacher? Wow. We have killed... We will kill again. Let's see, Cook says she's been practicing. Queen Katie says, lol. Chris said, like 2 to 5 tablespoons salt is deadly. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Queen Katie said, Athena making fun of Polly. Garfield says, yes. Queen Katie says, oh, ho, ho, ho. Exist says, absolutely. Eglin says, yes. Queen Katie says, yup, yuppers, hee, hee. Eglin says, yes. Hori says, yes. Garfield says, I'm ready. Crystal with the emo. Cook says, jump scared. Crystal says, aw. Queen Katie says, hee, hee. Clan says, bing, bong, ding, dong. A body has been discovered. I just want to get some visuals so we can look at before we move on. I want to see something. There's the school. Hope's Peak Academy. A place where everyone has an ultimate talent. I'm just the ultimate lucky boy, Makoto Naegi. I hope nobody takes away my memory and starts making us do the murders on the peoples all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna pick out one of these raid suggestions to do. Oh crap, we got oh, some of them are playing some real good games. Okay, one of these is a game I want to see, so I'm tempted to do it, but I kind of don't want to watch it. It's Little Guardsman. So I'm going to avoid that one because I just don't want to be spoiled on it. Let's do... Oh, someone's playing Doki Doki Literature Club. That's who we're going to do. Hang on. We're going to do a raid at... Oh, Garfield with a clip. Crap. Okay, hang on. Okay. We gotta, apparently we gotta watch this clip first. What is this? It was just clipped. What is this? It was just clipped. Okay, hang on. We gotta load this up with the clip viewer and we can see this together. This clip is titled, Tom, what the F? Oh, is the jump scare. Yeah, oh, because you probably haven't seen the Tom Cat jump scare.
Mukuro Ikwasaba, the 16th student at Hope's Peak.
Hiding somewhere in the school.
Watch out for her.
I always get the line order that mixed up. I always want to say I don't know. I always say it wrong. I always end up saying it wrong. But yes, thank you. Oh, do we still have the Mukuro Ikusaba command clam? Is that still there? Oh, let's watch this. So that was the Tomcat. Thank you for the 10 bits, Jorge. I was just sitting here so peacefully. So yes, thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate it. But yeah, so we're going to do a raid for Nemu Sleeps, the one who's playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And here is our raid message for anyone who doesn't have that already. Let's see, there's a few more comments in the chat. Let me read those. Crystal says, Garvin said, Doki Doki. Yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club. Exit says, DDLC, let's go. Cook says, sometimes when I get up from sleeping, I don't use my legs. I just select me and rotate 90 degrees. Does it work, Cookster? Do you have to right click and drag? Is that how you do it? Cookster says, oh dear. Quikata said, thank you for the stream. See y'all next time. Thank you all for being here. Garfield said, oh, there's a Danganronpa anime, by the way. I've seen it. and it's actually very good. Clam says, we sure do. Well, actually, no, I saw Danganronpa 3, the anime. The original one that was just retelling of the first Danganronpa, I haven't seen. But Danganronpa 3 as a conclusion after 2 and Ultra Despair Girls, but before V3 was very good. But only if you watch it in the correct order, the broadcast order, not like the weird order that Funimation had for a while. So yes, if anyone's lurking, just remind you we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So tomorrow's Monday, no stream. Tuesday will be Persona 3 Reload. Thursday, we're going to pick up with this thing. We'll watch the cutscene again at the beginning of that one. So be sure to check that out. Also, I don't know if anybody posted. Oh yeah, Crystal posted socials. There's a link tree right there. It has a Discord invite, links to my TikTok, my Twitter, my YouTube. Feel free to check them out as you feel so inclined to do so. And thank you all for being here. Garfield said, "Oh, next stream we should head to the animation studio. Maybe we'll see. I might wait to do that after the whole game is done. We'll see." Ray says, "I thought that was a bot." Anyway, the raid's about to start. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you for being here and for hanging out longer. Bye, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD, good night as well.